The ClevelandMoto podcast is brought to you by Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0.
All right, guys, welcome to the ClevelandMoto podcast number 341. Listen to that sound of vivacious enthusiasm and cocktails. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Fucking Steve.
Yes. I'm going to hit it straight ahead, hard and fast. We in the Cleveland area have had some weird fucking weather. Every single day for the past unknown number of days, our weather forecast apps have all told us it's not going to rain. And yet we have had what my grandfather called gully washers.
3.5 inches.
In my pants. Yeah. For real. It's been fucking bonkers, man. Like that much rain.
In 6 hours.
In 6 hours. So
two and a quarter in a 1 hour period.
Right. So this is crazy fucking, and literally pull out your weather app, look at it, and it says 0% chance of rain. So give the fuck up, weatherman. You have no shot. You have no shot in hell.
The lightning's hellacious too.
It's been crazy. Yep. I have customers every day who are like, okay, man, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I looked at the weather app and it looked clear. It was fantastic. I jumped on my bike wearing my DOT bandana and my flippy floppies and my shorts, and halfway between my house and your shop, I got super duper fucked. Like monsoon sideways fucked.
That's the way you want to be dressed though when you get soaked.
Yeah, because you're at the beach anyway.
Right.
Swimsuit.
It sucks when you're wearing everything but lower pants. And your balls are sitting in like 6 inches of water. And your boots are full. But see, I don't have to worry about that.
No, you're safe. Your shoes are properly ventilated. Yeah,
Steve actually just did order 2 new pairs of shoes.
Get out of here.
They're indestructible.
Those aren't.
Yeah.
those have been destructed. Yeah, those shoes are indestructible at first. What happened? They fell apart.
Dude, I drunk ordered a pair of sock shoes the other day.
No.
They're supposed to come in like a week.
My God.
Oh, you mean the toe shoes?
No. This is like a sock, but it has
grippy shit on the bottom?
No, better than that. You can step on nails and everything, and it doesn't come through it.
Oh, wow.
So it's supposed to be like the closest thing to walking barefoot, but you can walk on broken glass.
Bring it on.
Reject butcher gloves.
For your feet?
Yeah. No, they just shape them the wrong way.
Yeah, they're just shaped the wrong way.
They shape them for gorillas, so they're selling them as feet.
His Tavi, right? Yeah.
Steve, what's your name for your boat that you want to name?
Oh, Unsinkable 2.
Unsinkable 2.
No, with these shoes, you have to admit it was a great deal.
It was a good deal.
Started out at $129.
All right.
So then when you look at the page, you're like, today, only today, $94. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Right.
And then they're like, if you order right now, they're only $74.
Right. Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay. And then I go online, I'm like a coupon code for this company.
Absolutely.
15% off of that.
Right.
Down to $70.
Yep.
I'm like, great deal.
Yep.
Order it. Would you like a second pair for $45?
What?
For a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, my son's going to steal these shoes anyway.
You're putting a lot of pressure on that 8-year-old kid in China, man.
Right.
You're putting a lot of pressure on him.
But these shoes are actually really good. They're like...
they look like butcher gloves.
They do. No, they're like ripstop. And the toes they're steel toe.
Oh, wow. Kick ass.
Nice.
That's very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can assure you that this particular week we have seen, for people in Ohio who are used to sort of, we get August, right? We understand August.
Oh, yeah.
So August in Ohio is usually extreme amounts of humidity and extreme amounts of insects.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And
I get bit up.
Oh, man.
I killed a horsefly with the bug assault rifle today. That was no shit, an inch and a half long.
How the hell did you kill it with a bug assault?
I fucking assaulted it.
So it's been what, about 2 months now?
Yeah.
Is that still a good purchase? It seems like you're really using it.
Well,
You got taken away from us.
Nick.
Wait a second.
Nick's a very particular sort.
What the fuck, man?
Well, he got tired of there being salt everywhere all over the table.
He's like, since this bug rifle's been here, there's been so many more flies in the lunchroom. I'm like, yeah, because everybody lets them in so we could shoot them.
Right. Come on in, buddy. Shook.
And we have different loads now.
what?
We've determined that
Himalayan pink salt.
Yeah, Himalayan pink salt is like a buckshot.
Oh yeah, that's heavy
rock salt.
And then you have just the right iodized salt. So you can, and then we've been mixing them together to get the right load.
Everybody thinks that kosher salt, like people are like, oh, kosher, so some rabbis. Whatever. No, it's just a grind. It's just like when you do your coffee grounds. It's just a different level of grind.
Right,
But what's awesome is if you go to make like a steak or something on the grill, it's like, hey, hit me up, bro.
Yeah.
Kapow, kapow, kapow.
But there is a big difference chemically.
Yeah.
So ionized salt,
Yeah.
you can't ferment stuff with ionized salt.
I did not know that.
If you're trying to make hot sauce or something where you ferment it, if you use ionized salt, it'll never happen.
It'll never
Iodized.
happen.
Yeah.
Iodized.
Iodized. Whatever. Yeah.
Iodine.
What did I say?
Iodized.
Sorry, iodized.
Different product.
Yeah.
Because it's a sanitizer and it kills off. Yeah. So if you're trying to.
Not for nothing. I used to make the mistake of saying that when brake systems would leach air in from the outside world, brake fluid, I used to say that was hydroscopic with a D, hydroscopic. And because we have listeners, I was reminded one time by 3,000 people that it's hygro with a G, hygroscopic. And so, but the podcast will fix your mistakes.
Sure.
Yeah. If you post anything on YouTube, it fixes your mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
If you believe something and you post it on Moto Stories with Unkie Phil, the internet will let you know.
They'll let you know.
Yeah. They will let you know if you're wrong or not.
Or if you do it as a second job and post 2 videos a week for 9.5 months.
Right.
And then, events happen and you don't post for
You
1
chill out
week,
for a second?
people want to stab you in the eye.
Hey, we're going to talk about that. To my left is
Oscar,
wearing his awesome Staying Alive Buffalo 2021 fucking best scooter rally.
Okay.
They nailed it.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
Thanks,
so
Leslie.
much. Leslie, you guys, Buffalo owned it. An entire scooter rally that is themed in the 70s. And you'd think, okay, that's fine. But because of the type of people that we hang out with, everybody took that as being like a challenge.
Okay.
Like, how 70s can you be? And people showed up stem to stern, 100% in polyester.
I saw perms in your
There were
Oh, yeah.
perms.
Yeah.
There were all kinds of cool shit. People had grown facial hair for 7 months for the event. I ended up wearing a pair of weasel squeezers that when I opened up the gift that had these loosely termed men's athletic swimwear. First of all, I don't know what material they were made of. It's something that only the space program uses. But they were legit, authentic, oldie schoolie. And they were square. So it was basically a pair of drawers the size of my laptop display. But they were made of a material that stretches. But at the same time it stretches, it is also completely unyielding to the human form, right? So it's like you feed your body into this thing. And
it exponentially gets tighter.
oh yeah, it does get tighter, and the more people look at it, the tighter it gets too, apparently. And I put this shit on behind the bar. I was working the bar at the time, and I opened up this package, and I was like, oh shit! And it was those fucking drawers, swim trunks, circa 1972, and a bottle of baby oil. What kind of bullshit do these people have in mind for these particular drawers?
There's a bottle of baby oil sitting here.
That's the bottle of baby oil that came with my pants. Yeah, right.
Don't put it on. Don't put it on.
That bottle of baby oil is unfucking opened. I guarantee goddamn.
don't put it in the drinks.
No, talking to Jen.
Yeah.
You come out here without a shirt on.
And I know Leslie had this whole Rocky Horror theme thing planned that I was going to show up. I was going to put on these freaking ridiculous, plum smugglers, these weasel squeezers, these things that should never be worn by any human being with a dick. And I was going to put these on and then somehow oil up. Like that was going to happen. No, I would be a bug light. I would have every mosquito and fly stuck to me in a tri-state area.
But there is something about baby oil that makes flaps and stuff look better.
No, it just makes you slippery.
Yeah.
I think I slid into a fold there, but it's okay. It's all right. And to Oscar's left,
Me, Steve, sleepy.
yeah. And then to his left,
Dan KROMPKE.
Dan, what are you sucking on over there, dude?
Dark and stormy.
My God, man. Yeah, so Bruce brought us those last week, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So cool.
It ain't giving no more.
Oh, you closed it out?
Yeah.
The 86, the Dark and Stormies?
Yes, sir.
Did you run out of Goslings or did you run out of rum?
Rum.
Okay, so we
We
still
probably have
Goslings.
some. Yeah, we have something we can.
We can do whiskey mules and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
But see, if more people were down
Kentucky
with
mules.
the brown rum liquor instead of just the brown liquor, we would have plenty of dark.
Well, we got more rum.
I like the plantation rum. I had some of that, and that's where I'm at now. I'm gonna go buy
Plantation's
some.
solid. Yeah.
I like plantation rum.
That's good. And you know what? And it's easy to get, which is nice.
That's racist.
Yeah, right. Well,
Why?
and
How is that racist?
To the left of Dan,
Johnny, not racist Mac.
completely not racist.
Because of plantation?
I guess.
Pull the whole card on you.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't name the company. He just said he likes the liquor.
I'm going down to the Virgin Islands for Christmas this year, and I'm fully expecting to get the whole like the Dutch were bastards tour. So, because that's all that was. In case you guys weren't paying attention, that's what it is. So, and then to his left,
Steve Hoffert.
cool. And did you ride today, Steve?
Of course.
Of course you did. Absolutely. Fucking
Just the monkey.
yeah. You rode your monkey. Yeah, that's solid. I've been driving a Suzuki Sambar. A Subaru Sambar. So I've been driving a Sambar. It's a weird Sambar. It's not a pickup truck and it's not a van. It's a pickup truck with what they call a van body. You know, it's a panel van basically. And it's designed to be able to have all the stuff you'd normally have in a pickup truck, but there's locks on the doors so people don't steal everything. And it's not a van like for hauling people. It's a van for hauling cargo. But it's a really rare. I've never seen another one. And I do this shit all the time. So I've been rocking this thing back and forth. Shane had to replace a wheel bearing on it.
It's tiny.
It's tiny. It's a 660 cc's of fun, rear-wheel drive only. And it's well broken in. I mean, well over 100,000 kilometers. So somebody's loved this thing. Right?
But that's only like 80,000 miles.
So 80,000 miles, exactly. And so this thing's probably 120K, which is about 80,000 miles. But I don't know. You ever get a vehicle and you just know that it's been properly loved its whole life? It's the fastest Sambar I have ever owned. And I owned a supercharged Sambar, like the Sambar van with the proper supercharger. Fuel injected, all the good shit. This thing, when you let the clutch out and you drop the hammer on this thing, it goes. It's so happy. Like
Now, when you say that,
Yeah.
it goes, comparatively speaking. I
it
mean,
goes so quick between first, second, and third gear.
I've never heard quick used.
It climbs through the gears so quick.
It goes mini truck quick.
It goes mini truck quick. You're in first gear for like a nanosecond.
Really?
You're in second gear for 2 nanoseconds. And you're in third gear for any speed you want to go. Fourth and fifth are cruise control, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's the sound it makes. It's exactly right. But it's such a happy little truck. And it is a happy little truck. Like, it's super satisfying to drive it around.
I wonder what the hop-ups are. Well, obviously
there's
the
a lot of hop-ups.
the hop-ups on the 600 or 660 motors have to be infinite. In fact, most of them usually come right from the factory in the form of a supercharger or whatever.
I was
But
going to say, there's superchargers that have part numbers that you could literally just buy a supercharger.
have they ever been raced? I mean, like in Asian, like
I'm
they have
absolutely
to. Like
with YouTube, I could type in K-Truck Racing right now, and we'd all be satisfied. For
people
a while.
have like nitrous oxide.
yeah.
Fucking,
But on the flip side,
Yeah,
you like you said, that thing runs like a rape date.
it does.
So have you ever bought a vehicle that you know was just raped?
Yes,
yes, and
I
it's,
have.
it's also sitting out
It's
there.
also sitting out there. So that's what I wanted to bring up.
But
So,
the
like,
more important thing about the panel truck
Yeah.
that you had said
Yeah.
was with this
the air
weather.
conditioning. Okay, whatever mad Japanese genius decided to take a little tiny Clover 4-cylinder Japanese Subaru motor, 660 cc's, take that, and then put a fucking air conditioning compressor on it and say, like, you know what? It's barely getting along as it is. Let's put an air conditioning compressor on it and take away 25% more of its power. When you're driving this thing on the road at 35 miles per hour and you press the blue button on the dashboard to turn on the air conditioning compressor, Shane describes it best as being, it's like you're deflating it. it's like, it's just like, yeah, Oscar, when I described that, Oscar did that sound. He's like, yep, that's the sound it makes. It goes from being like, I love you, let's go have adventures, to like, I'd really rather not do that.
I am now a Simca.
It becomes Marvin on Hitchhiker's Guide. It becomes the saddest
Schlepp
robot
car.
in history. Yeah.
Schlepp car.
Schlepp car. It is just, It is just like press the air condition button. Makes you feel amazing because the air conditioning will run you out.
And I mean, it has less cubic feet than a refrigerator
Yes,
or a
it does.
freezer.
Yes, exactly. I'm having refrigerator problems at home right now, and I'm considering taking all my frozen foods and putting it in the sandbar and just running the AC. Because you will be like driving along, you're like, why am I so edgy? And you're like, oh shit, I've left the air conditioning on by accident. Because it is that crazy good, the air conditioning. And you never think air conditioning on a 660cc. I mean, come on. We all drive motorcycles that are bigger than 660 cc's. Oh, yeah. And this is an entire goddamn van.
I don't.
Okay. All right.
You're close.
Very close. But it is crazy to me that vehicle moves along the way that it does without having the motor of a CB750. Like it just doesn't have that. Yet it still gets up and runs. However, many states' legislators have decided that if we're out there in the world driving around in these mini trucks, that we're having far too much fun. And so many states, Maine right now has got it on the books to make mini trucks, specifically mini trucks, illegal. And
That's what John and I were just looking. Did you tell me?
Why?
Was it 650cc in Ohio?
well, I don't know.
Oh.
We saw the legislation.
John's gonna bring it up.
I'm unclear on it. I was going to go ahead and try to do a race here.
So every state,
I wasn't sure what the parameter, what they were using to
Criteria?
to make it a mini truck. What
is
qualifies
a
it
mini
as a
truck,
mini truck?
right?
Yeah.
Because
But they very clearly were saying that mini trucks are prohibited. In
and they
Ohio.
don't mean S10s drop to the ground.
No.
No, not at
Not
all.
low riders.
Not low riders.
Okay.
No, that shit's all good. But they're being specific, which I think is funny. Is I've read the Ohio documentation, I've read the Maine documentation, and both of them have a complete blind spot for the car that I got the other day, which is a 1995 Suzuki Servo Mode SR all-wheel drive turbo intercooled,
Needs more name.
which is parked up front, which has all the names you could ever have in a car.
That thing's
right?
tiny.
It is fucking tiny.
For four-wheel? For all-wheel drive?
And it's an all-wheel drive little tiny, pocket rocket. It's it's what it is. It is a hot hatch. And every single law that I've read specifically has it in for, let's just call it what it is, a white sandbar. So if you've got a white sandbar pickup truck, this law's got your name written all over it. In fact, the law might have had a picture of a sandbar pickup truck to say, we don't want you driving these in America, in our state anymore.
So the ORC 4511.215 says, A, except as provided in this section and section 4511.215 of the RISE Code, no person shall operate a mini truck within this state. But then it goes on and says a person may operate a mini truck on a farm,
Right.
on a dealership. Whoever violates this will be penalized in Division D of, so I have to look up a little bit more to see what the definition of mini
And
truck
what's funny is they write it up. So according to Ohio, and this is just the state we live in, your mileage may vary. What it says is the local authorization for operation of low speed, underspeed, or utility vehicle, or a mini truck.
So they're talking low speed vehicle.
They built the word mini truck right fucking into it. Now here's the weird thing. Because I title these vehicles as vehicles, when I bring these things in from Japan, I make titles for them. I petition the state of Ohio to make a title for it. And the way I make a title for it is the same way I would make a title for any other motor vehicle, right? It doesn't say on the title truck or mini truck or weird fucking, flabberjabber, whatever the fuck. It doesn't. It's just a straight up. Go ahead.
It says these are underspeed, so they're using the underspeed vehicle speech.
Yep.
You're not allowed to drive them on streets that have an established speed limit of greater than 35 miles per
But
hour.
mine aren't underspeed vehicles. Mm-hmm. So on the title for mine, now if you go on any of the websites for any of the scumbags in Texas that sell these vehicles, they'll be happy to sell you a vehicle with a Texas or whatever title that says it's a LSV, a low speed vehicle or an underspeed vehicle. I'm not doing that.
But that's how you register it, right?
What's that?
That's how you register. I mean, not
me.
you, right?
Right,
but
yeah,
it's a
right.
classification on under registration.
And that's a big thing is they keep saying the word underspeed vehicles. Let me assure you.
It also says mini truck.
Right, it says mini truck.
But
Now,
I'm
here's
still
the
looking
tricky
for
thing.
the definition
Right.
of mini truck.
Well, if you're on the freeway not going 50 or below,
Right.
who's going to enforce that? I mean, if you're
Okay.
going 65,
Yeah.
as you not
Well, like
65,
a
it's
Town
actually
Ace
60,
wouldn't
but
fit into the category, right?
Right. It wouldn't.
Because that's a 1.5 liter, and it's bigger than any one of the mini trucks.
well, but if you see it, it's a pretty fucking mini truck.
It's a pretty fucking mini
I mean,
truck, motherfucker.
visually,
Yeah.
you can.
But the
it
bed
fits
is
the
big, the bed
definition.
is bigger than most pickup trucks made
Sure.
in the United States.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Okay, now let's get weird. Let's get into the truly weird world of conjecture, because we're going to bring this back to being a motorcycle podcast, I promise. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. Could you imagine, if you will, that we live in a country where people, old white men as I call them, OWM, old white men, are into having these strange and exotic vehicles called the Nash Metropolitan.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Imagine, if you will, we
This
live
is
in a
interesting.
world.
It's saying that no registration is required for a mini truck.
Right. I know this is, but again, it can't be used on a road over 35 miles per hour. So, you know, if you're going to have a registration for it.
Is that a 360?
Yeah, right on, dude. Okay, so there you go. So all of our diligent podcast listeners and people that can see past Steve's shoulder will know that what I've pulled up on the screen is called a Subaru 360. And so there was a period of time in our country called the 60s and 70s, when during the 60s and 70s, we imported to the United States legally and titled legally in our country those cars. Those cars were available at dealerships in the United States of a goddamn America.
I got a bug in my drink. Spit it out, you motherfucker.
Give it back.
Spit it out.
So,
Put it in my drink.
so you can imagine that in year of our Lord, 1969, etc., that you could spend your hard-earned American fucking dollars and you could buy a Subaru 360. Now, the Subaru 360 was an amazing Japanese car that was, in fact, a K car back in the year of our Lord, 1969, 1970. Now, they made many different versions of this car, and they sold many different versions of this car.
As well as a pickup truck, and they made a van.
$1,397, bitch. For $1,397 back in year of our Lord, 1971, you could have bought a brand new from the dealership
Side loader.
or a Greenbrier style side loader, right? So $1,325 got you the Greenbrier style side loader. Now, if you happen to own one of
Johnny up in
these,
it.
right? If you own one of those vehicles, guess what? That shit is legal in all 50 states, on any freeway, on any road. Why? Why is it legal? Well, it's way less powerful than a modern K truck. Way less powerful. It's only 360 cc's, and those cc's are two strokes. So the EPA should be crawling up your ass sideways for killing owls, right? But that's a true thing. That's a vehicle that violates that K truck law as written in the United States.
Did they make a
Violates good
van
sense, too.
Wasn't there a van version of that?
You're looking at it. Are you not looking at it?
Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, you're looking at it right there. Right, that's the van. So that's the van version of that. So a Subaru 360 came in many different forms.
What about an Isetta?
Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get to the Isetta, which truly deserves freak show status, let's get to one that you could buy at your fucking Honda dealer, right? Let's just go to a Honda 600, a Z600. So a Honda Z600, right? So the Honda Z600 is a legit car that many Americans purchased. A lot of people bought this car.
And if you've lived in Cleveland, Ohio
Right.
for the last 35 or 40 years,
In the Heights.
Lewis Electronics has had a purple one sitting
Yeah.
out in front of their thing for the last 35 years.
Forever.
There was a YouTube video of a guy who put a CBR 1000 motor in his, and it was fantastic. I was like,
So yeah, the Honda, and here's the Honda Z600. So 1971 Honda Z600, that's another car that's a 600cc, and of course is welcome, right? Because it was sold legally in the United States.
4 headlights.
Sexy as fuck. Look at
4 headlights always
Dead.
turns me on.
4 headlights is a guaranteed winner. As far as I'm concerned, you have my attention, sir. Now, here's the trick. When you talk about this shit as being made illegal, so if you're going to make a K truck illegal, you have to make that illegal too, because that Honda Z and that particular one is adorable as a Honda GT.
Let's just leave these guys alone.
Okay, right.
Fight your own battle. Don't try to take everybody down with you.
But
Right.
then isn't the Rikers and all these other fucking vehicles that are like snowmobile sleds?
The Mahindra in particular is probably like people are trying to, street legal the Mahindras,
Right.
and call them mini
I
trucks
get
and
it.
stuff, and that's kind of probably what's
They're new. So here's my rule. Now take a look up at the screen.
Oh,
what do we got
BMW.
up there, dude?
The
Come on, man. It's the BMW
BMW.
Isetta.
Yeah.
Are you going to kill Urkel's car?
they're grandfathered in.
Are you going to kill Urkel's car?
Leave them out of this conversation.
Right. But exactly.
30 horsepower.
So it's over 25 years old, right? It's over 25 years old, and it has a title because it was sold in the United States.
Well, you have a good point there.
Well, now you have to put the Vespa 400.
Because all the mini trucks are over 25 years old, or you wouldn't be bringing them in.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So let me tell you another car.
But not all of them are over 25 years old.
No, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
most of
not
us-
all of them that exist in the world are, but the ones that are being imported to America have to be 25 years old.
No,
The ones
but
I'm bringing into.
I know the ones you bring in though, and that's why I think yours are
Okay,
legal.
let me show you another vehicle that is absolutely illegal by today's standards.
Fuck yeah.
Okay? That's a 1969 Dodge Charger, motherfucker.
Generally speaking.
Generally,
Generally speaking. Now, thank you, John. Now, here's the reason why this motherfucker should be just as illegal. So, if you want to make a 1995 660 K truck illegal, if you want to say that your 1995 K truck is not legal on the roads of Ohio or Maine, if you're going to tell me that that's illegal, you're going to have to tell me why that is legal. How many airbags does that car have?
Zilch.
How many side door impact protections does it have?
9.
ABS?
No.
Traction control?
What?
Nope. Why?
You can't do that. There's nothing more American than the General Lee.
So, there you go, motherfuckers.
Right.
So, if you're going to make a 1995
There's nothing more un-American.
660cc K truck illegal and say that it cannot operate on the roads, what's your argument? Because your argument can't be that it doesn't have enough horsepower, because the Isetta, right? The Isetta and the Honda Z6 and the and the Subaru 360.
And the Lacar didn't go 55 miles.
Exactly. So all these vehicles have less power.
From my point of view, I think it should just be a free-for-all, because now electrics are coming
Right.
online.
Yep.
Now we got electric bicycles that are
Oh,
doing
yeah.
30 mile an hour. So,
Yeah.
No
you're
CCs.
gonna let somebody ride a bicycle at 30 mile an hour? Why not let them
What
ride
about
it?
the dude that goes by here on that stand-up scooter with the little
The one wheel.
The guy goes by here at 117 miles an hour every night on a stand-up electric bird scooter that's been radically altered.
out, yeah.
Honestly, I'm making that up. He doesn't go an inch over 45. But
still.
that motherfucker, like, we know the law in the state of Ohio is if it goes over 30 miles per hour and it don't have pedals, that's a motorcycle. And that thing goes over 30 miles per hour and it damn sure doesn't have pedals.
And he doesn't wear a helmet usually, so I'm wondering when he's not
I'm
gonna
sorry.
be going
What
by.
he's not doing is he's not having insurance, and he's not having a motorcycle license, and he's not having a helmet.
He is passing traffic.
And
though.
what he is doing, he passed me today. So he passed me today in a Ford fucking E350.
Right.
And he passed me hard. So he passed me hard today, standing upright, right?
Well, that's probably why you could tell he was hard.
Well, again, it was just
He
him.
passed me hard. That's a tank slapper.
So that's my point. My point is, if you're going to make some shit illegal, you got to be fair. And if it's a vintage vehicle, if the rule is over 25, the rule's over 25, then the rule's over 25. And if your 57 Chevy, God bless America, is now legal to be driven on the roads, and that ain't safe.
I'm trying not to sing it.
Do you know what the stopping distance is on a 1957 Chevy? It's far. It's really fucking far. Yeah. Do you want to know who dies in a collision with a 57 Chevy? Spectators. People in the neighborhood, right? Yeah. Shit goes everywhere.
Raise your hand if you've driven a vehicle with no power brakes. Yeah, that's something.
Raise your hand if you dragged an Airstream trailer behind a vehicle with no power brakes.
How about no hydraulic brakes?
I do like to live dangerously. Oh, yeah. I've had mechanicals before. Yeah.
Well, it's
I
the
had
same.
a vehicle with only one front brake, not power.
Oh, there you go. I've had a couple of Beetles.
Really
that
gotta
ended up
plan
that
ahead
way.
to
You really
stop.
got to plan ahead. Okay, cock the wheel hard to the left and now snap the brakes.
Right.
It will hold it straight eventually. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the same with the old or scooters
Yes.
without turn signals.
Of course.
Well, you have your hand, you can kind of make
Yeah.
the turn signals, but still, I mean, it's.
I ride all kinds of ancient motorcycles.
If you want to know what non-powered brakes are,
Yeah.
get in your car.
Yeah, there you go.
Your car with power brakes.
Yep.
Drive down the road.
Yep.
Turn the engine off while you're moving.
Yep. Yeah,
and use the brakes.
And now turn and use the brakes. You know what? on a steep hill.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
With a 90 degree at the bottom.
My 68 Chevy Impala had beautiful power steering.
Oh, yeah.
And no power brakes. It was like you could turn the steering wheel with your pinky. The brakes, you had to put 2 feet on and stand on them.
I don't know if anybody remembers. I used to have a rape van that was called Bradley Van Staven.
You've never not had a rape van.
All right.
Black
Fair
Betty?
enough. But I used to have a van that was a 1969 Ford Econoline.
Proper rape van.
Proper rape van. And it said Pride of Cleveland on the side and everything else. And it had shag carpeting inside and, tapestries on the ceiling and all that good shit. But it was the worst van you could order because not only was it manual steering, which we call Armstrong steering because it makes your arms stronger. It was 3 on the tree, which is a bad idea.
You like
and
some
it was
Trump seeds?
non-powered brakes. And it was a 302 V8. So it had all the motor in the world you'd ever need. High compression 302 V8, but 3 on the tree with manual fucking brakes and manual fucking steering. This thing was like a license to die because you're like, watch, I'm going to drop it in first gear, drop the clutch out of it because it's manual, and smoke the living fucking tires. Have fun, baby. Bring it on trailer package. But then you'd have to turn or stop. And it didn't like doing either of those.
The only thing that would have made it better are vacuum wipers.
Yes. Well, I did on that vehicle have manual, like electric wipers, but my Continental had vacuum windows. So when the car was idling, the windows couldn't go up or down. So if you wanted the windows to go up or down, you had to hit the gas and build up vacuum. Because, there's a leak somewhere in the 9,000 feet of vacuum line in a Lincoln Continental.
But have you ever had a car with manual windshield wipers?
Absolutely.
With the string that you drive around the thing and you go like this? Like they don't work
okay,
anymore?
that's called I fixed it. I fixed it. I'm talking about manual windshield wipers because I've had a few old cars where I had a lever that I actually had a lever to operate the wipers.
I had strings tied to
strings
stuff,
tied across the window.
And every time you say rape van, you know what I think of?
What do you think of?
Manscapers.
Oh!
Nice segue.
Nice segue.
Nice. That's pretty good. The one of the legitimately most hilarious things that we've been getting shit for, as we do as.
Wait, is this my favorite part? Negative feedback?
Yes.
Oh God.
So wait, is this the spot or is this not the spot?
We'll make this the spot. I think this should be the spot. I'm ready to have this be the spot. I'm cool with that. So, because here we
Thanks,
go.
Steve.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. Yay.
I wanted to get it out of the way.
I forgot about it.
That's
Let me
cool.
go
Yeah.
outside and smoke.
Wait, did we finally lose our sponsor?
No, we did not let. Okay.
They weren't happy about clanscapers though.
Oh, really?
Now, wait a second. Now, hold on. Now, wait a second. Now, just wait a second.
Wait, the Clanscaper or the Clamscaper?
No, the clamscaper they're taken. The
Okay.
clanscaper they were not
The
happy.
Ku Klux Klanscaper.
Right.
Yeah, the Ku Klux Klanscaper.
What about the transcaper?
Again? What?
That's a little more
Again,
serious.
the Transcaper. I have no idea where we're going with the
Well,
Transcaper.
So it's
That's
a double
very-
under.
I mean, that's very serious. If you're a trans person, you really need some scaping. You
I
know?
know,
I mean,
yeah, you do.
Hey, there was a commercial years ago. Let me see. There. What was that? What's the correct term for it? I'm going to look for. Okay, if you're a man who's cross-dressing, you're. Come on, help me.
Not
Cross-dressing.
transvestite.
Transvestite. Thank you.
Transvestite?
All right. I'm going to look it up right now.
Tim Curry was the best.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'm
movies.
going to say Eddie Izzard, but
Allegedly.
any,
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah,
exactly. But it was
I thought
a.
J. Edgar Hoover.
Him too.
Allegedly.
Now there was a advertisement for, I believe it was Gillette razor blades, and it was the imagery of the.
The dude's legs?
No, this was from the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, I heard.
And it was basically, the guy was he's like, when you have to shave like your life depends on it,
Wow.
use Gillette. And the guy was a transvestite who was, obviously fabulous. And again, you know what? You're right. When you've got to sell a certain package, yes, you are going to need to make sure that shit
Or
looks
lack thereof.
good. Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't fuck around and show up short with that, because that's legit. You should really have a proper shave. So
People approaching the front door.
no
Security alert. Security alert.
The
An adult and a child.
Yeah, all right, 8 years. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, they'll
just
come
flipped
back
you off.
tomorrow. All right, there you go. The kid flipped him off. Yeah, the child flipped me off. Of course, that happens. So this is one of those things that we did want to bring up. So whether you like Clamscape or you like Transcape, Manscaped did something no other sponsor's ever done. They actually fulfilled their obligation and did, in fact, pay us.
Nice.
For the first time ever, we have received money from a sponsor after the trial period, after the break-in period. That's right, folks. We deserve a slow clap because apparently the folks at manscaped.com do listen to our podcast. And despite our best efforts, we have not alienated them enough to drop us as a sponsor.
So at least we know where the line is, right?
We do know.
Okay.
Well, we know where the line isn't.
Did we get paid enough that I could finally get my operation?
Nope, not even close, dude. No. No, the amount of money that we made off of Manscaped will buy you 3.5 hours at Cedar Point.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Right. That'll buy you and 2 of your friends basic admission to Cedar Point. Yeah. That's how much money we made from Manscaped this very month. But you know what? They paid it.
Better than nothing.
good.
Which means they'll pay it next month too.
Yeah.
So yay!
So
So
on
thanks to
that-
manscaped.com.
On that note,
Yes.
what is the read this week?
Here we go, guys. They haven't given us a new read because we're still on August's read, but they did give me some very, very good additional copy. So you're going to like this. Attention listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do we have a pube problem? Space music. If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next level with the Performance Package 4.0. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping anywhere in the galaxy with code ClevelandMoto.
One word.
One word, all one word. Now, this is an interesting thing that I've been digging a little bit as I get into more of their products. Digging. We got to get into this crop preserver thing. We got to get them to send us some crop preserver.
I'm in, yeah.
I want the bushwhacker?
weed- no, the weed whacker.
Weed whacker. Weed whacker.
Yeah, one of those too.
Yeah,
My
the weed
ears
whacker.
are hairy something terrible.
I've been feeding my Manscaper 4.0 all the way into my ears so I
Yeah.
feel safe.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think I need a special tool
Yeah,
for
we
the
need weed
job.
whackers.
Yeah,
I mean, I could shave my ears every day.
Just saying.
Just braid them.
And his palms.
Not to mention my eyebrow. I got
Yeah.
this eyebrow
You
that I
got
got.
an
Yeah.
They used to call the one that goes between your eyeballs that one right
unibrow?
there. The unibrow.
Unibrow?
Somebody called it an oogaloo. I thought that was a pretty good name for it. Here's an interesting thing. I was not ready for this kind of, like, as they started giving us some more stuff that we should be aware of, they said, keep in mind that the Lawnmower 4.0 that we've all become intimately aware of, and not only does it...
Except for Steve.
All right, that's true. Not only does it keep the nether regions accessible, but more importantly, it'll charge your phone. It's an excellent flashlight in the case of a power outage.
Well, the charging cord, like you can't reverse charge off of the unit itself.
No.
But
No,
it
but
will definitely charge your phone.
It's a Type-C USB.
Yeah, it's a power plug, but yes.
I bet you if you had a Type C to Type C plugged in,
I have one of those
and
at
plugged
home.
your phone in,
Yeah.
it would rob. If your battery's
You
lower
can use it
than
as a
that,
battery pack.
You could.
Interesting.
I've done that with a lot of stuff, and I don't doubt that.
Because it's always going to want to equal out voltage.
That's right.
Oh, the
Battery
rectifiers. The rectifiers.
The rectum
What would
fryers?
Nick say?
Speaking of rectum fryers, first scheduled for liftoff, the new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. This spaceship is here to guide you on a journey to trim your body, balls, butt, and even your anus.
Do they have a crack whacker attachment?
The crack whacker!
So we'd have a mirror on the side. So you got
We've got the Clamscaper, we got the Ku Klux Klanscape, we got the Transcaper, and now we have the
Crack whacker!
whacker.
No, but you know what? This is serious. Like,
Okay.
so Manscaped, listen up. This is
All right.
important.
Okay, here we go.
So what they need is an arm to attach the fucking thing with. So guys like me that have a
back?
little bit
Back
of
scracker?
because I have a thing called the man or the I don't know. It's some fucking like giant thing that you stretch out and it had a thing.
It's a
but
selfie
dildo?
stick.
No, but it
It's
was
a selfie stick. It's a
might-
selfie stick for your shaver.
I want to say
Right.
that. I honestly thought it was called the man something man.
The man
shaver?
groomer?
I don't know. Man
The
groomer.
gorilla groomer?
Yeah, but you have,
Yeah.
so they need a handle that you can fold out and put that
Oh.
fucker in and then get your back.
A
man.
I
back
still
whacker.
think it's called.
The back whacker?
No, I still think it's called a selfie stick.
No, they do.
Because I got a selfie stick that's got like a little head on it. You can kind of put any camera in there. Yeah.
Well, that could be part of the lawnmower 5.0.
Yeah.
The lawnmower 5.0
Is that it has a standard
could be with the back whacker.
With a selfie
lug
stick?
on the bottom of it, so you could attach
yeah.
a selfie stick or a tripod and just run yourself over
you
it.
should. And what
Or
if
you
they
could put
had,
different attachments. You could use it for like
Like the
something
standard
like that.
camera.
and they could make,
yeah.
like, you know how the helmets they have now? You have one where they have the rear view mirror?
Yeah.
They need an attachment that you could put a rear
With
view
a
mirror and then
mirror
you
on
can
it.
see your back so you can
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
sit there like this and be like,
That's a good idea.
They need
Or
a
you could
vacuum.
oh wait, but you could attach a camera to it and sit
it's
there and
too
watch it
much.
on your phone while you're fucking doing it.
They need a
and then
vacuum.
post it to YouTube.
No,
Fucking porn.
it would be like a periscope on it, so you can see where it's actually hitting. It has the LED already in it. So
Yeah,
it's
you're
fucking
right.
just-
You're right.
So put a little camera lug on it, and you could attach almost anything you wanted to it.
That's
That's
true.
fantastic.
That's true.
I
You
like
can cast it to your TV.
So we
in
need a
your living
retractable
room.
arm, some kind of an arm deal.
I like it.
Yeah,
That's good.
An arm whacker.
Hey, anybody want to talk about somebody getting proper fucked?
Yeah.
Always.
All right. How about a guy who desperately deserves it?
Even better.
I
better.
love it. It makes me feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is that
It makes me
instant
feel
karma
great.
or something they call it? Instant karma.
Right, there you go. So Garner, Stuart Garner. Stuart Garner is the guy that was behind Norton, the new Norton, down in
yeah,
St.
this
Castle
fucker,
Norton.
yeah.
This guy. He invested a bunch of English people to invest their pensions in something that was going to be uniquely English and going to give them a good return on their investment. And then he spent that on hookers and blow.
Fuck yeah.
As you should.
Now, I'm not
Fuck
saying he
yeah.
actually spent it on hookers blow because that's only the world I know. Right? That's
He
just
did.
my world.
Allegedly.
He did.
Hey, he's 50.
You know what? I'm not going to say hookers, but maybe strippers and blow.
See that guy right there? You know what that is? That's a 52-year-old piece of shit right there. Okay? So Stuart Garner, I'm 52 years old.
Look at the leather shirt. That says
Yeah,
a lot.
leather
I know,
shirt
that's a
is a
giveaway.
fucking warning sign. If
Yep.
you're wearing a leather hat or a leather shirt, fuck you. Unless you're in Judas Priest and are currently Rob Halford,
you.
you are not allowed to wear that shit. Yeah. And we know how he works.
Or any of the patrons at the manhole down over
And the
there.
manhole. No, our patrons don't hang at the manhole.
I'm sorry.
All right. Only the interesting ones.
True.
But anyway, this is what the deal
works
is.
for me.
So that this dude straight up allowed human beings to invest in a company that they knew was not going to be shit. And the fact is that if you are a trustee, okay, and if you are found to be guilty in this situation, you're going to face a maximum of 2 years in prison or a 50,000 pound fine.
Which, with all the money he got, that's nothing.
Now, hold on. This is the face of somebody who understands that the fine is nowhere near how much money he made.
Right.
This is a guy who understands that the fine is not even the fucking tax.
No, he put that
On
in
the
the
investments.
Cost of doing business.
Exactly.
That's fine.
The lawyer that he works with said, if you get caught and properly fucked, you're still going to make money because the fine for what he's done is written at a time when common law determined what the fines for things were.
Oh, right.
So the fine for something, what he did is heinous as what he did, is taking people's life savings and flushing them down the toilet.
Why isn't the fine the amount that he stole?
Because back when they wrote the law, Steve, $50,000 was more money than you'd see in 10 years of work. The problem is $50,000 is what that guy sees in one mouse click. Okay?
Yep.
So the $50,000 penalty to the common man might be 10 years of work. But the $50,000 penalty to Johnny Gotrocks over here ain't nothing. Okay? It ain't shit. Right? So this is the problem, is in our world, we live in a world where billionaires can suffer the indignity of a felony for conviction, which involves a $5,000 punishment. Look it up in the state of Ohio. If you commit a felony for, you can be on the hook for as many as $5,000 and 6 months in jail, which will, of course, be pled down to nothing.
This is my 70th birthday plan.
Right.
Like, I'm like, as my age wears on,
Focus and blow.
the more sketchier I'm going to get.
Yep.
And at a certain point, I'm just going to pull the trigger and be like, if I have a chance
Yeah.
to like steal or do whatever and get millions of dollars, it could be very risky.
Very
I
risky.
really don't care.
Yep.
I'm 70 years old.
Absolutely.
I might receive better health care in prison.
F1 felony.
You know what I'm saying?
5 years of jail time.
But if I can put
Pretty
like,
easy ride.
like millions of dollars in a 55-gallon barrel and bury it somewhere for my daughter,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just
Well, and if
fucking.
you don't,
And you know who's gonna want to fuck a 72-year-old guy in prison?
Nobody.
nobody. And if you don't use a
the
weapon,
70-year-old guy.
Virtually unfuckable.
Well, listen. So I think like when you see these big bankers and stuff,
I'm a chicken hawk.
but when like these big bankers and people or whoever in the financial world get busted for like $200 million of theft, they get a 50-minute sentence and nothing because there's no weapons involved. It's like, oh, it's a white collar crime. You slap on the wrist.
Okay.
$300,000 fine. But meanwhile, the guy made $28 million.
Let me tell you about the cost of doing business in the case of Norton motorcycles.
Breaking Bad,
versus
man.
The country of England. Look up at the screen. Investors, that would be the common folk. The common folk had paid up to 170,000 quid each to the funds and have since been unable to recoup their funds. No shit, because he pissed it away running a goddamn castle as a motorcycle company. Yeah. But for his crime of taking $170,000 from people who could least afford to give it, he might be on the hook for a $50,000 penalty.
Bullshit.
Get out your calculator real quick and type in the number 30. Then multiply that by the number 170,000. I'm going to give you a little
We had 30 investors.
a hot tip. That number is much, much higher
Than 50,000.
than $6 million.
I really feel
Okay.
bad for him, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he really
I
shouldn't
feel
have
terrible
to,
for him.
Shouldn't have to pay 50,000.
if your penalty is 50,000 pounds, but you've taken in 30 times 200,000 or 170,000, right? Then you're winning. You're Charlie Sheen winning. And I wouldn't expect a goddamn honest to the core prick like this guy to not fucking do it.
Did anything happen to the stock though? Did
Yeah,
it tank?
yeah, it's worth nothing. Yeah, it's worth, as Chris would say, squatoosh.
Squatoosh?
Yeah,
Squatoosh.
yeah. Forget
You should
about it.
short sell it,
Yeah.
and then get another group of investors,
Yeah.
and then sell it off when it goes up again,
Yep.
and then do another batch.
Yeah. So now, do you want to know what the punishment is?
Yeah.
Hey, John, you invested $170,000. Well, I'm sorry, 170,000 pounds, $230,000. You've invested 170,000 pounds.
me.
You've
'Cause I hate
invested
Nortons.
170,000 pounds. You bought a fucking Elio. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm dumb.
Okay, you bought an Elio.
No, I only paid.
Wait.
I put $100
Did
bucks
you get
down
that?
on
You
one.
got that? I want that on loop. I want that on fucking loop. I want fucking
So the point
full,
being,
Yeah, take a
full
picture.
fucking
The point
everything,
is-
full production. I'm dumb.
Okay.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Dumb. Dumb.
The
Dumb.
point
Dumb.
is
Dumb. Dumb. Dumb.
that,
Dumb. Dumb. Dumb.
yes,
Dumb.
people will do things. I mean, we are all guilty. We will do things we believe in. And these folks, these people that are
Smells like work.
their only crime,
That's gonna be your new ringtone then.
sinkers and floaters.
I'm done.
Sinkers
My
and
new
floaters.
ringtone is gonna be.
I'm dumb. So
I'm dumb.
these poor people whose only crime is that they invested these folks invested 170,000 pounds
That sucks.
Right?
Saved England business.
to invest in an English business, right? To be proud of themselves, and they took their own inheritance.
Dumb. 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 Dumb.
Their
Dumb.
money.
Dumb. 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 Dumb.
Okay, so how much do you think each of those people is going to get paid back?
Nothing.
10,000.
Squat
6,000.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
So you invested 170,000 pounds, and as a result of this motherfucker
The class action
going
lawsuit.
to jail, right?
You get 6
The
grand.
ombudsman ruled that this motherfucker owes you out 170,000 pounds, 6,000 pounds.
So you lost 160.
So welcome to the fucking wheels of justice, motherfucker. Welcome to the wheels of justice. Welcome to a government official saying that, and I'll pull this picture up again because fuck this guy. All right?
bullshit.
Fuck that guy. See that guy right there? Fuck him. And you know what? And if I see him, fuck him twice as hard. Fuck
But
that
you know,
guy.
if you're that pissed off
Yeah.
about it,
Right.
those people who invested that money,
Yeah.
I mean, he better just be fucking looking over his shoulder.
Richard Ford's, man.
If he
Yeah.
ever hears a guy in a fucking strimmer, like he ever hears a dude in a, or I'm sorry, not a strimmer, Zimmer. They call them Zimmers. Yeah, Zimmers. So a strimmer's a leaf trim, or a string trimmer.
String trimmer, yeah.
A Zimmer is the walkie thing. The what do they call those?
They call it a
walkers.
weed
if you hear
actually,
walkers-
but they actually call it a weed whip.
A weed whip.
Yeah.
So if he
hears tennis balls.
if this dude hears tennis balls sliding across the pavement, fuck that guy. And you know what? In fact, if you're a British person and you invested $170,000 in Norton motorcycles, and you got 6,000 pounds back, I'm sorry, you invested
That's your
170,000
boy.
pounds and you get 6,000 pounds back, let me know.
That's my president.
Because
though.
honestly,
I can accept that as my president.
I would straight up 100% love to punch this guy in the dick.
But look what happened to Bernie Madoff.
Poor Bernie.
I mean,
No, not poor Bernie. What happened to him was
He got slapped on the wrist,
But he went to jail.
yeah,
And the
Yeah.
people that he fucked killed his son.
yeah.
Wait a second.
Well, that's the job half done.
Maybe this is like
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is,
maybe we get some Patreon money,
at some point,
and we're all gonna fly to England.
You can.
yeah.
We're gonna be like,
Not
hey,
me.
we're gonna make an appointment. We're
Yeah.
gonna be like, hey, we really would like
Yeah.
to see the new Norton that you're coming out with.
That's right.
The next new scam.
Right.
And then when we get there, we all just
Punch him
beat the
in the
fuck
nuts.
out of them.
I'm just
we
saying.
get arrested. Yeah,
There'll be a
there's gonna be
savage
problems.
amount of dick punching.
Yeah.
A savage amount of dick punching. Nobody's ever seen as much dick punching. I want to punch that guy in the dick just for that jacket. Like I will straight
I'm
up.
saying let's
like,
do
yeah.
it. I can do it.
You know what? You don't wear that jacket indoors for an interview unless you're a fucking cunt.
We could
like that
fly-
guy's a straight up fucking cunt of the first order.
We
That
could
dude
fly
is a
to
piece
England
of
for
shit.
like less than $1,000
yeah, right up. Well, when we're allowed to.
when we're allowed to.
Yeah, when we're allowed to.
and look at all the nose hair and ear hair.
Yeah. Look,
Manscaping 4.0.
not kidding.
He does not use a manscaper.
No, he does not.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
We could find
fact, in
this
fact-
guy's got to go to a bar because he's trying to cruise for pussy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Manscaper. We'll use a Manscaper 4.0 to shave him so that there's no cushion.
I'm
when
gonna
we
give him a
punch in
haircut.
there.
you go.
I'm gonna give him a
There you
haircut
go.
that looks worse than mine.
No, you break off
this
every
guy.
other tooth.
Nah, he's already
He's English.
British.
Yeah.
No, on the
He doesn't do it.
manscaper.
On the manscaper.
I think we go after him with a proper old school American Oster. Yeah, we light him up. We light him up with a trimmer. When you flip the switch on it, you can smell smoke.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, dude, it's funny. You nailed it. With those old oysters
stick
or
the daiquiri-
oysters, when you hit that thing, it makes this weird, like it's like.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
It's the same noise and smell when they made Frankenstein.
Right.
Wait, it's even better because mine's hot wired because the switch broke. So as soon as you plug it in, it's hot.
Seriously, it makes that.
Yeah. And you can, but see, it's got the little adjuster on the side. So if you adjust it down, it's low power.
Yeah.
And you got to turn it up till it goes. And after it gets dirty for a little while, you got to give it a crank in a little bit. I don't know what the high end of it, the fucking going all the way up.
My
to
dad
Texas,
worked in
but-
that factory. So my dad, in 1957, my dad graduated from Collinwood High School, and he started working. His very first job was at Oster. And he worked at Oster on the east side of Cleveland, and they made blenders and shavers and various other things. Anything that spun.
I'd like to stick the daiquiri whacker up this guy's ass.
Again, because we're in Cleveland, it has to be the Vitamix daiquiri whacker.
Fine.
Because you stay true to what works for you. We got a Vitamix right there in the kitchen.
Oh, they're great.
A Vitamix. The question is, will it blend? And Vitamix says yes.
Yep.
It will blend.
Okay.
You get a transmission out of a Ford truck, it'll blend. Yep.
I dropped a.
I'll wear the
avocado.
backpack with the battery pack and the inverter. You have the daiquiri. You have the
It'll
Vitamixer.
blend.
Patrons.
I was making
blend.
something and it called for avocado. And I was digging it out. I was digging the seed out. It was running, and I dropped the seed into it, and it was just gone.
No, it's gone.
Oh, no.
If you have a Vitamix and you drop anything into a Vitamix, like a puppy, it's gone. And the weird thing about Vitamix is Vitamix has 3 settings. So Vitamix has like blend,
Yep.
puree, and soup.
Soup. Yeah, you
Soup.
can make soup. 5 minutes.
Because Vitamix defies the rules of nature. And we didn't know this, but if you spin any object fast enough, it creates enough heat to make soup.
Yep.
So if you take any ingredients whatsoever, like we said, if you take a steak dinner and you put it in a Vitamix and you put it on soup and you press the soup button and you walk away. 5 minutes later, you have
A steaming bowl of
a
soup.
steaming bowl of soup. It is no.
Probably from cavitation.
Friction.
It is.
It's just friction.
And cavitation, right. Yeah.
Wouldn't you think it would cavitate too?
Yeah, it does. It does. It makes all kinds of...
makes soup that will burn your fucking tonsils. And it does. 5 minutes in a Vitamix. And if you're like, no, dude, I got a really good blender. Fuck you. You don't have a Vitamix.
Yeah, the Ninja and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I like the ones with the tap at the bottom.
Yes. Right. That's a margarita machine.
But here's the interesting part. If you don't
But there's a Vitamix.
No, they make one.
Yeah.
if you don't
Yeah.
overheat whatever you're making
Yeah.
into soup and you
Yeah.
kind of keep it going off and
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
it actually makes the proteins and all the stuff in the vegetables and stuff more soluble to your intestines, and you get a better burn from the
I had no idea. None.
because it breaks up all the fibers into like soluble.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's one of their things.
I just make cocktails.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It turns anything into a slushy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
do we have a breaking news sounder? I'm sure you saw this, but maybe our listeners didn't. Breaking news.
All right. Breaking news.
AMA Vintage Days
Yes.
2022.
Burning Man for motorheads.
They're keeping it in July.
Yes, they
July
are.
22nd to the 24th.
They're keeping the late date.
Late date.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep.
Oh, I like that idea. Do you know what that means? Groundhog says no more rain.
No more rain.
Yeah,
And
you keep that weekend after. So Dr. Waters and I were married on July 15th. The reason we got married on July 15th is that there is statistically a 93% less chance of rain on July 15th than July 8th.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I
And
get
so
it.
that so they used to do AMA Vintage Days
On July 4th.
in that like July 4th and later weekend. So being late, being July 22, 23.
That's good.
Look, you guys, we know if you were at AMA Vintage Days this year, if you could order the perfect weather,
Yeah,
we
did.
got it. We got it.
And this year is the 30th running of AMA Vintage Days.
You know what? And that's some weird math. Because that's kind of like Harley Davidson's 100th anniversary was 1903.
Yeah.
Like, because 1903, Harley Davidson hadn't built anything.
Squat twos.
They had built Squatouche. Like 1903 is kind of like they claim that as their first year, but that was the year the brothers got together and went, you know, bicycles are fun. I wonder if we put a motorcycle on one of those. Oh, that was the official start of Harley Davidson motorcycles. No, it wasn't. You know, you got to claim, you know, when you produce a motorcycle that somebody can actually buy, that's kind of your first year, you know. So, but yeah, AMA Vintage Days goes way back in time. So the other day, Sleepy was going down the road and he saw a motorcycle get compacted to the point where it had turned the owner into a former motorcyclist and also a former human.
That was
Soup.
yesterday. Yesterday
That was
on
yesterday,
the way home.
right?
Yeah,
Soup. Yes. So, and that's all because of, you know, people not paying attention.
Well, what happened is there was a 3-car accident on the other side of the highway.
Right.
And people on the right side were rubbernecking because the paramedics and stuff were already there, and it was like traffic for 10 miles down on the other side. But I will fault, and I hate to say this because I think the guy's very, very dead.
Yeah, you're pretty sure he's dead. Yeah. All right.
I will fault him for, and one of the things that I've learned over the years is when you come up on a traffic jam, you don't park behind a car.
No.
You make yourself
no.
escapable. And this guy did not.
No, just
He
disappear.
was right in the middle.
No, when traffic comes to a stop and you think it might be there for half a moment, go the fuck to the side.
Yep.
Pull out so you don't put yourself in what I like to call the squish zone.
Yeah, the sandwich.
Yeah, the sandwich thing. Because we've had a lot of our customers that left here on perfectly good motorcycles and came back on very small accordions.
Yep.
And that's not cool.
Well, the thing that kind of struck me, and this is why I think this guy did not have a good day,
Right.
Was that it was a white, it looked like a 636 or some kind of a white sport bike.
Yeah.
So it has that sharp tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that tail was permanently over the gas tank this way.
Yeah.
Like,
so
it
the
was
tail had
all-
actually flipped over like a scared scorpion.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the end of the tail light was touching the windscreen that was smashed.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it was not good.
So we do need to have some solutions for that. And again, I love it when our solutions come from the least likely suspects.
Uh-oh.
Piaggio. You know those people that make the gay little scooters that we love so much? Piaggio. They are working with an Israeli company called Veyar, And they are straight up building a fucking radar system for their motor scooters. For real. That will give you forward-looking radar and will help your bike prevent being squished. It will act, and this is a big, big fucking deal because this year was the first year that we've seen radar-equipped bikes. The Ducati Multistrada, the R1250 RT, and the KTM 1290 Super Adventure S. These are all things that if your wallet goes all the way down to fucking hell itself, you can afford to have radar on your motorcycle.
I'm having an Uncle Nearest sour now.
An Uncle Nearest sour?
Yeah.
And that is?
Uncle Nearest with a sweet and sour mix.
Oh, with a sweet and sour mix. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay. I thought you said Uncle Remus, and I was like, God damn it, we can't get away from racist shit in this fucking podcast. All right. So, but I think this is fucking great because Bosch has had this system for a long time, and they're working with this company in Israel to get this sort of proximity sensor on a bike. And Oscar's going to love this because if he turns over right now, this is a radar on chip. So this is Veyar, and this is their chip. And their chip has the radar built into it. So you no longer need a giant bread box to put all your components in, right? And so to be able to have the radar there, and it has a range of up to 160 fucking meters. So that gives you a lot of heads up. So if the traffic in front of you stops suddenly, you've got a chance of fucking living. And that's a really, really big deal. Or if you're going to have, if you're going to have other people trying to use the space that you occupy, what's the physical statement? No two objects can occupy the same space at the same time. Yeah.
So
right.
what it's supposed to do? Like beep at you or do what?
So this is what we're talking about is I don't know whether they're talking about having active braking.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe braking. That's the only.
So, or whether it's just going to be alert. Whether it's just going to be alert you, because the one thing that I will tell you in the Ducati Multistrada and in the BMW, these are systems that alert you.
Okay, so it's not
they're not actively braking for you. I've driven the last year. I drove pre-COVID. I drove a brand new Toyota, and the Toyota had the active braking system on it. So it had the smart cruise control and everything else, where it's not an Elon Musk, the car drives itself situation. But when your cruise control is set at 117 miles an hour and you're behind a car that's going 76 and that car hits its brakes, my car that I was driving also hit its brakes all the way down to a fucking red light. Like it literally took me from 76 miles an hour to a red light, and I never got closer than 26 feet from the vehicle in front of me.
Tacoma does that.
Right. It's pretty fucking magical, isn't it?
It is. It's great because you could set the distance you want to follow. Like if you're behind a truck, you set it shorter so you could draft.
Yeah.
And instead of having to worry all the time, like, is this guy going to brake and am I going to slam into the back of him? The truck will just brake.
There you go. Look, this will save fucking lives.
It will save a lot of lives.
It will save lives. And right now there's a lot of shit going on, and other podcasts will talk about it. We have a lot of friends that do this that are talking about in England where they're saying, okay, there's speed cameras everywhere and there's going to be speed regulation so your motorcycle won't be able to go a certain speed at a certain time.
I'm a patriot. I'm not giving up my brake pedal. That's my right to hit the brakes when I want to hit my brakes.
I'll take my mask off anytime I please.
You can turn it off. I mean, you don't have to run it all the time.
I mean, we've all seen those commercials with cars just braking with a kid running into like grabbing the whatever ball they're chasing.
Absolutely.
Does it work for
the UK actually has
bikes
average speed
It does that
cameras.
for bikes or like pedestrians.
So they measure your speed over 5 miles.
Right. Yep. Foreign countries love that shit. I've been in other countries where they're like, your average speed is a violation. My average speed?
Right.
My average speed. And that's an interesting thing. I've got something for you guys. And next time you get pulled over, all right? Next time you get pulled over. So the cop pulls you over and he writes you a ticket. Let's have fun. So it was a 35 mile an hour zone and you were going 51 miles an hour. Okay, so you're 51 miles an hour. The cop writes you a ticket for going 51 miles an hour. Go to court. Ask the judge and the officer if he followed you for an hour. And then say, well, how do you know I was going 51 miles an hour? What was your sample size? Was your sample size an hour? Or was your sample size?
Because I want you to know I'm a
1
scientist.
second? Exactly. Push your glasses up. Make sure you have some tape in the middle. And that's an interesting thing because remember, in a former life, I used to be a police officer. And I got dragged into court by every kind of fucking nerd because I worked in a city called Mentor, Ohio, which is the whitest place on earth. Look it up, statistically accurate.
It is.
It is totally the whitest place ever. And every single person I ever gave a ticket to had a better education than I did. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I barely got out of high school, but I had a gun and a badge, and I was a tax collector for the city. Now, here's an interesting thing. It is, in fact, true that when you write somebody a citation for miles an hour over the speed limit, you had better be able to back that up. Otherwise, the prosecutor is going to back away from that like a scalded fucking dog, right? Because when you get a nerd on the other side of the table who says, well, if you wrote my client a ticket for 51 miles in an hour, and you didn't follow him for an hour, you've made a fraudulent statement. It's right. It's actually right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, if it's a speed trap and they have a gun on it, just
Yep. So a lot of states and a lot of countries in Europe where they have things that are more reasonable say an average speed. And they will collect data from your vehicle over a larger sample
You can
size.
easily
worse.
do it with the RFID in your tires.
Well, or you can just do it photographically.
Yeah.
Or you can just do it on an average speed. So if there's a plane overhead and it sees you cross a given line on the road,
click. Yep.
at that point, and then if they cross you another one, this is a really, really old technology called VASCAR. Oh, God, I can't believe I just said the word VASCAR.
Well, they have OBD2 dongles that just plug into your OBD2 thing and report everything. So, I mean, that's not...
Yeah, exactly.
From your car. Yeah.
VASCAR, all the podcast listeners that are like, their beard is longer than this and their balls are below their knees, all of our really, really old podcast listeners that used to be cops are going to be like, that motherfucker just said VASCAR. VASCAR is Visual Average Speed Computer and Recorder. And basically that was what gave the ability for Boss Hogg or the Smokey and the Bandit team to actually pursue... that was... Roscoe Pete Coltrane.
What's he say to his son? He's like, "You're not." What, oh fuck.
Junior?
Yeah, he says something to Junior like,
I'm going to go home and slap your mama in the mouth. Yeah. I believe that's what he said. But that was Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
"Yes, Buford T. Justice."
Yeah, Sheriff Buford T. Justice of the law. But VASCAR was a way that they used to literally just be, it was just like a time over distance rally. You just punch the button and you'd go a given distance. You'd punch the button again. And if the guy got through that distance in a certain amount of time, he was speeding. And that was VASCAR. And VASCAR existed long before radar. And people used to call it pacing and all kinds of other shit. But that was legit. In 1966, they came up with a VASCAR. And it was a way that they would use speed enforcement. And then by air, they would simply do the same thing, but with a stopwatch from the air. And so all these things are pre-radar, pre-laser, pre-LiDAR, pre-whatever, you know.
LiDAR, this one that's going to get you.
Yeah.
You don't get away from LiDAR.
You don't get away from LiDAR. Yeah.
That was bothering me.
What is that?
There's
Go ahead,
no
Sleepy.
way. No way that you came from my loins. So when I get home, first thing I'm going to do is
Slap
punch
your mama in the mouth. Yeah, and that was Sheriff Buford T. Justice of the law. And if you want to have a nice waltz back down the American history of casual racism and general inappropriate behavior, watch Cannonball Run.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
And then if you want a healing moment, watch Blazing Saddles.
Oh.
Blazing Saddles.
Where the white women at?
I'm so glad you said that.
The new sheriff's here.
The new sheriff. Oh my God. So that's a real thing. So Piaggio came up with this shit. Thank you, Piaggio, for finally giving motorcyclists and scooters. Because keep in mind, I know you guys, I know you people who listen to our podcast forget that Piaggio is an actual real gigantic company that builds jets and airplanes and shit and commercial vehicles.
Kawasaki Heavy is building boats, ships, and like all kinds of crazy shit.
Make fun of a Hyundai. I dare you.
Wait, aren't they going back? Kawasaki's going back. They changed the name of the motorcycle company, right?
What?
Didn't they? Wasn't there a whole thing about Kawasaki's going back to their old lineage.
And
So
tell me more.
There's a name. Kawasaki motorcycles used to be called something else, and if you look, apparently they're going back to that.
No, I thought that was
Okay.
Nissan and Datsun.
No, it's something about Kawasaki. I'm sure he'll be able to find it. I remember it was an article on Adventure Rider a couple months ago.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so that was.
I'm actually kind of a Kawasaki kind of guy these days when you really look at it.
Oh yeah, for real. I get that, but I was not aware that Kawasaki. I'm gonna look up some news. We'll figure some shit out.
Yeah,
but
there's
anyway.
something about it. But
Fuji Heavy Industries
Get your
makes
fucking
Subarus.
shit straight, you fucking pheasant.
Give your balls a tug. All right, but anyway, I'm not certain about that, but we'll look some more shit up on that for sure. We're gonna look that up. So Piaggio putting fucking radar on fucking scooters, that's a good idea. That's gonna save some fucking lives, and I approve of it. And if it and you know what, if it comes out and if it happens, that I'm super happy with that because BMW. There's this thing called a Connected Motorcycle Consortium that I'm going to tell you about right now. So in case you don't listen to the Cleveland Moto podcast because you
Say
think
that again. Connected Motorcycle.
the Connected Motorcycle Consortium. So if you think that Cleveland Moto, all we do is drink, fall down, get stupid, whatever.
You're mostly right.
Factual statement. We do occasionally come up with some shit. And so if you're not aware, look up the Connected Motorcycle Consortium. It's a group that includes Honda, KTM, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Triumph, and BMW just joined it, which
No
is cool.
joking around.
And this is all about vehicles that can communicate with each other to let them know, hey, I'm in your blind spot, Grandma in the Buick, right? And that idea is just to be kind of that Internet of Things working for good instead of evil.
So at least you won't get hit by another motorcycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which happens quite a bit.
Really?
You're all never be in that consortium.
Yes, exactly. Right. I'm going to take that shit out of my bike. If that
can-
shit's in my bike, I'm
I
taking
can-
it out. I'm ripping it out.
I can think of somebody who was hit by a motorcycle recently. Or not so recently, but whatever.
Oh, really? Huh?
Come here.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so according to a post today, World Japan News, this is about 5 months ago, leading Japan machinery maker Kawasaki Heavy Industries says it will spin off its struggling motorcycle and engine businesses next year as part of a major restructuring.
Okay.
The company announced on Monday that it plans to spin off its motorcycle manufacturing and sales division and rolling stock division, which manufactures both conventional and bullet trains.
Right.
Kawasaki said it hopes the move will speed up the decision-making, improve its financial situation, giving that company the ability to decide things quicker.
Okay.
Motorcycle sales in Southeast Asia have dropped sharply due to the coronavirus. The company expects to see an operating loss of about 5 billion yen or $47 million that year.
Wow.
Kawasaki says
This is not a fresh article.
no, but it's
Yeah.
been happening.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
got
saying.
you.
It's,
Right.
It's happening.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
waiting for it.
Because it turns out they're predicting that coronavirus is going to stop motorcycle sales.
right,
And it turns out,
no, but I think they still
Yeah.
want to. They're going to spin
Okay.
off. But the thing is that
what's the name?
It didn't say in this article, but somebody had said like early on, Kawasaki motorcycles had a different name, like
Okay,
many
yep.
years ago. They want to go
they're
back
going
to
back
that.
to
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't think of what that would be. I mean,
I have no idea.
I'm searching the memory banks and
Right.
nothing comes up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. I mean, that's
But
one
I
of
did have
those-
an interesting concept this morning while I was driving to work, like pre-COVID manufacturing versus post-COVID manufacturing.
Where
and,
we go?
And how you want to buy, like if you're buying a car, you might want to buy a 2019 or 20
Right.
over a 21.
Okay.
Just because
There we go.
you don't want to buy something that was manufactured in 2021 or early 20,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
just because shit was so fucked up then.
So history: Kawasaki Aircraft initially manufactured motorcycles under the name MEGURO.
Wait, I'm sorry. Spell that again.
MEGURO.
Oh,
Meguro.
Meguro.
MEG
URO.
Meguro.
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 Meguro Kawasaki. Okay. All right.
So suppose-
That's a fresh one. Look,
Meguro is not going to sell.
I was this many years old when I learned that. Meguro.
no, but meanwhile, there's like the K3, like straight up legit. There is intel already out there in the world being talked about, the Meguro K3. And the K3 is straight up a bevel drive. I mean, look, you're not going to get any more unless you bring back the very first Honda Dream. Like, you're not going to get any more of an authentic vintage ye olde Kawasaki E, right? You're not going to get any more. There it is. There's a Meguro. There's a Meguro K3. And that thing looks like it's straight up.
Looks like the W800.
It looks like it just stole Royal Enfield's lunch.
W650. Yeah. You're jumping ahead a little too far.
Yeah. But that's true. But it does look like it stole Moto. It looks like it stole Royal Enfield's lunch. And that does.
Couldn't just about anybody steal Royal Enfield's lunch?
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, people like Indians stole Enfield's lunch. Everybody stole Enfield's lunch. Yeah.
Except for Ural.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey. Ooh. But anyway, the Meguro K3.
Next time I drive that thing.
I don't know if there's.
Right, like there's ever going to be a next time.
Yeah. The two companies, Meguro and Kawasaki, joined forces in 1964. And Kawasaki specialized in aviation, while Meguro is the one that brought its motorcycle building know-how to the table. And honestly, this is all news to me, so yeehaw. So the W800, the Wing Badge's revival is a nostalgic nod at the manufacturer's history, and the W800 was the obvious contender for the Meguro-specific mods. So clearly it's a W650, which today is called a W800, and it is in fact a K3, and they said that it's going to price out, first year out at about $12,250. Here's the interesting thing. W800s, Kawasaki W800s, it's the only motorcycle that I've seen for sale that there are still 2020s left of.
And they're giving them away.
And they're giving them away at under $6K.
Yeah, your buddies down in Louisville just posted a thing today. 56 plus.
5650 plus.
Yeah.
Really?
About $6,600 out the door.
$6,600 out the door for a W800 Kawasaki. And I got to say,
2020.
That's safe money.
Fuel injected.
Yeah, that's safe money. That's safe money.
Great bike.
Fairing,
I don't care where you are or who you are. $6K for that bike is safe money.
And they're selling my bike, the Z900R, Z900 RS Cafe.
Right.
For $9,300 out the door.
Wow. You know,
and that's a fantastic bike. Your bike, that bike, it sounds so good now. You put that pipe on and everything.
It's beautiful.
It's fucking awesome.
It's a beautiful
fast. It does everything you want it to, and it looks good. Except,
it's a straight up.
Except doesn't look good with you on it, but
no,
it looks better with me on it.
But that's obvious.
Right.
It looked better with me on it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was lower with you riding it.
It definitely
that is true. It did lower the ride height just a little bit. All right.
You know, I tried to do a burnout on the Versys, and I had a problem. I've got to practice that.
I didn't have a problem.
No, you didn't have any problem.
In fact, I didn't realize how much a burnout I did until I turned around and I was like, oh, that's not
You
good.
smoked out the region? Yeah.
Grumpy Sir guy was like, tip.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Tip.
Because you smoked him out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The entire
Were you
brewery.
on the Versys?
No, I was on.
Oh, you were on the RS.
Yeah.
So you were on your
I fucking missed it because I was in the lead.
The Versys doesn't want to do a good burnout. I got to
It was hopping the front wheel. It was like...
It just wants to do a wheelie, so you're like...
Now, I will tell you this from personal experience.
I got to get like more on the front or something.
Okay. The Versys falls into the Jack Russell Terrier category of motorcycles. The Versys only wants to do things that are playful. It wants to wheelie.
Yeah.
It wants to scamper.
It definitely wants to do the wheelie.
Right. It loves wheelies.
Try to do a burnout, it wants to do a wheelie.
But bikes that love wheelies don't like burnouts. So there is a technique.
I'll give him a credit, though. Like when we hit it on 10, I hit a lot of speed. I don't know what I hit. But, I mean, I was up above 150.
You had gone plaid.
Yeah, like with the ECU mod, that fucker is fast.
Yeah.
But, John, dude, your bike was at least 120 something. Like, you were up there, man. It was good.
I like when we were getting onto the on-ramp and we were 3 wide. And you were on the inside, Dan was in the middle, and I came around the outside.
I was like, I'm out of here.
You were passing on the outside of an on-ramp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're riding with these guys, make sure you hold your line. Just hold your fucking line. Otherwise.
Hey, I hold my line. I don't wiggle. I don't
There's
do
a
anything.
rule.
You see me where I'm at, I will be there.
Okay, here's the rule. If you guys ride motorcycles and you're like, oh, that guy came up behind me and fucked me up. Nope.
Hold your line.
The rule is this. You just fucking hold your fucking line.
No spaghetti.
The rule is if you're in the front and the guy trying to pass you explodes and dies in a fiery crash, it is not your fault as long as you were holding your line. Now, if you deviate from your line to chop his wheel or do some horrible fucking dastardly do-right shit,
Then you're a dick.
Then you're a dick, and everyone knows you're a dick. Right. But if you're in the lead position hold your line. And if you're in the number 2 position, hold your line. If you know there's a 3rd rider or a 4th rider or a 17th rider, hold your fucking line. Because there's a solid rule in there, and that is hold your fucking line. And if you're going to pass somebody,
hold your line.
Create a new line and commit to it.
Staggered.
Yeah, just play the motherfucker. Like, look, I've passed all kinds of people on the inside. I've passed all kinds of people on the outside. And I've also had people pass me on the inside and give me a small heart attack at the wrong moment, at the wrong time, and make me put poo in my pants because they were a better rider than I was.
I don't think you passed Dan on the inside. You ended up passing Dan between me and Dan.
Yeah, but I didn't move. I just went straight. I went fucking straight.
If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
That's right. I was straight. I just saw 2 motorcycles on both sides of me and decided it'd be better off if I was ahead of both of them.
Yes, and
so
that is my consistent theory. That is it.
You were coming around Dan, and I was trying to come around you.
And I was like, this. No, and the best part was there were 75 cars in the same lane that weren't going to let us in.
No, they weren't going to let you in.
I had to stop. I was like, what? And I'm like, oh, there's a car right here. I'm like, fuck.
Just remember, Mopes.
I was 47 miles up the road.
In thrust we trust.
Yeah.
That is it.
A car bumped me in the ankle, and I was like, okay.
All right. Fair enough. You win. Okay. I'm in front of you now. Fuck you. That has always been the thing. Like, it is purely in thrust we trust. Remember, as we talked about earlier, I drive a lot of small Japanese cars. And getting on the on-ramp from Clegg Road, where I get on, to Interstate 90.
And that's perfect. That's
is
fucking...
the world's shortest on-ramp.
It's perfect.
It is a carrier launch.
No, wait, that's the on-ramp we were on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
So from Clegg Road onto 90 is the world's shortest launch ramp in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It is the world's shortest on-ramp, period.
It's perfect.
And when you're doing it in a 47 horsepower car, no, there's never enough space. If you look, as soon as you get in the part of the curve where you can see the traffic behind you, you're already fucked. If you're not in 3rd gear climbing horsepower, you're still fucked. Because if something is in the rearview mirror back in Toledo, it's going to get on you by the time you merge into traffic. And so doing that every day of my life, because that's where I live, Clegg Road is my on-ramp. That's where I get on.
That's the perfect on-ramp, though.
It is a slingshot.
It's a good leaning over.
You lean over, and if you're not scraping metal by the time you catch 3rd gear on that on-ramp,
you're not fast enough.
Because Santa Cruz has the same thing. They have a decreasing radius set of ramps in Santa Cruz that will crash everybody's motorcycle getting off the freeway. I've done it. It's kind of surprising. But coming from where I live, Clegg Road is definitely, the on-ramp to Clegg Road is like, okay, you're merging with a freeway in 73 feet.
Right.
If you have not literally pulled up into the catapult trap and said, go, you're probably not going to make it because there will be 18-wheelers that you're going to have to fight for position with.
Right.
And now 90% of the time when I'm driving something that's, from 1995 in Japanese, I take my time. I do a lot of waving. I throw a shaka out every once in a while for people who understand the international symbol for, oops, I fucked up. And you let them go. But on a motorcycle, getting on at Clegg on a 0 SRF is like a license to commit felonies. I got on a freeway on the 0 SRF. I looked over my shoulder. I saw where the cars were. And I went, I don't care. And I just launched. I just twisted the loud throttle until I was going plaid.
Yeah.
And then when I was going plaid, I just ate the car in front of me and then just rode his bumper for 6 inches and then changed lanes. That's when you know 144 foot-pounds of torque is better than 17. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 144 foot-pounds of torque, good. 17 foot-pounds of torque, not good.
My favorite part of Sunday on the ClevelandMoto field trip, Sans
me.
Right. Yeah, Phil and Austin.
I had to stay home and service the doctor.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. But so we're riding, and Dan was leading because we're going out to the brewery. If we need to go to a brewery, Dan
I got a Tuesday night thing going now because of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But so we're heading out.
They do it every Sunday.
And we get to the roads on yeah, I'm working on that too.
Trust me, guys, it's a good thing.
Yeah, but we're going over the roads to Sandusky where it's water on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big long
it's causeway, dude.
Causeway.
It's
there
the causeway or the
and so,
chaussee.
As we come around a bunch of cars, we just see a whole group of completely festooned Sons of Anarchy, Cuts, Rockers, the whole fucking nine, like Harley guys, all
Pirates!
right there, right? All the pirates, everything that you'd want to make fun of about them, they did it, but times 3.
The
like,
Pirates of Sandusky.
Yeah, like they had the dot-approved headbands. They had whips hanging off shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the dilly bobbers
Tassels
and
and shit,
tassels and all that stuff. So
We were all on nice bikes, and Steve was on the Transalp.
yeah. No, but so we go. We're doing like 80, and they're doing like 50, right? So we go flying by, and I'm giving them the sailor salute and all that stuff. And then what's Dan do? He slows down and pulls in front of all of them, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, now we're right in front of these assholes.
Oh shit! You became the parade leader.
But it is pretty amazing the difference of like how those guys ride compared to normal motorcyclists.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not dogging them. I mean, whatever. They're into it. They're doing their thing. But they have a different way of riding bikes, man. It's just different. It's weird.
I was making fun of the Transalp, but it holds its weight pretty well. I mean,
The transvestite is an amazing motorcycle. There's nothing. Look, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I have had the strangest boner for the Transalp since the day it came out. Like, because that motor was wasted in a cruiser bike. That motor was completely fucking not at home in a cruiser bike.
So if you
but
took-
in a dual sport bike, it's perfect.
well, we were doing little mini races between the Versys and the Transalp.
Yeah.
And I was letting Steve win most of the time.
The Versus is definitely faster.
Oh yeah, it should be.
But the Transalp.
Let me ask you something, though.
Shits and
if
gets.
you took the low fender, converted it to high fender, and took some of the plastic off, would that be a post-op Transalp?
A fully committed transvestite. Yeah. The Transalp is that motor. So like that
I
motor.
thought a Transalp was a 750, but I didn't realize it's only a 600.
It's a 600. Yeah. It's a 600.
Three-valve. It's a 3-valve.
It's a
So that's a
3-valve
VT
600.
600 motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shadow motor. So it's a shadow motor.
I've been around my
Yeah.
moon shadow.
But like your Versys is 4 valves and is engineered to spin forever. The Transalp was engineered to last forever.
But he could.
Oh, so is John. That motor in John's bike is
You'll never kill it.
notorious
You'll never
for
kill
being
it.
in cop bikes and all kinds of shit, and never dying and doing whatever.
A Ninja 650 is the AK-47 of the motorcycle world.
Yeah, right. You can't
Like
kill it.
you just can't, because they took the KLR 650 and they were like, okay, this has become boring. We need to make it more exciting. We should make it into a twin. And they went, well, if we make it into a twin, we can use it in sport bikes and all kinds of crazy crap. And so they did. So the
Quasi quap.
Quasi crap. The Kawasaki 650 motor
With a K.
exists as a cruiser. It exists as a sport bike. It exists as a sport touring bike. It exists as, it's a dessert topping. It's a floor polish. It's all of those things. The Ninja 650 motor is kind of the universal motorcycle engine that does a lot of things really well. If we took you not knowing and put you on a motorcycle and said, okay, the next competition for the next 15 minutes is a wheelie contest. Go do wheelies. You'd go do wheelies. And they said, okay, the next 15 minutes is a hole shot contest. We want you to do hole shots. We just want you to get as fast as you can for 150 feet. You do it. And at the end of it all, you'd get a trophy that said you did the best of everything all combined. And you'd look down and you'd realize you were on a Versys 650. Because the fucking bike is perfect. It is not the best at anything, but it is goddamn great at everything. It's not the best, but it's great. And the KLR 650 used to be the same thing, where we would say it's good at everything. So the KLR 60 was good at everything, or okay at everything. The Versys is fucking great at everything, but it's not the best. But it's just great at everything. Fucking love it, man. It's a goddamn good motorcycle.
I tried to buy a motorcycle today.
Yeah.
I just found out I didn't.
Uh-oh.
So 2006 Moto Guzzi Briva 1100,
Yeah, no, you're okay.
$1,800, 20,000
Doesn't matter.
miles.
Trust me. You did good.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I had the same motor as
We'll
the
talk
California
later.
and everything.
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
Really?
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Help me
It's
buy
okay.
my loader.
Yeah, it's okay. Trust me. You'll be okay.
Man.
You don't need. You need a loader, Steve.
There's a trust me. You're okay.
What's wrong with the Briva?
Just trust me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sooner or later, you might need a part for that bike.
Oh.
Maybe
It's
I gotta
not, but I
find
thought
it.
the motor was all the same. I mean, like, I did the research. It seems like it was the motor same as California.
That's not the part you're going to need.
Oh. Okay.
Any other part.
Any other part.
What year did you have your Aprilia Mana 850?
It's the same as yours. It was
2015, 16, something like that?
You probably can't get any parts.
They were
from
orange,
it. Yeah.
right? Dude comes to my shop. He bought an Aprilia Mana 850 from me. Year of our Lord 2015, orange.
GT.
Got the cool bags.
Yeah.
Got all the cool bags. Got like the whole fucking GV rack of bags on it. Oh, I'm gonna say, as far as automatic transmission motorcycles go, it's one
Way
of my
better.
absolute favorites. Can't beat it. Now here's the thing. Steve and I know a thing or two about Italian motorcycles. Steve, right now, somebody shows up today with an Aprilia Mana 850. 2,000 miles on it. Runs perfectly. No failures. No questions. Everything works. What's that bike worth to you?
$2,500.
Bingo. Exactly. You know what Kelly Blue Book is on that bike? $7,500. You know what it sold for originally? Goddamn near $13,000. Okay? But here's the thing. The bike has fucking no resale value because if one little part of that bike breaks, if the shim that holds the Framostat to the Fetzer valve, if that shim fails, you're fucked. Because
can't drive it.
They don't
Can't ride
exist.
it, yeah.
Exactly. They don't exist.
I thought with like the parts that are interchangeable between bikes and stuff, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Okay.
No, it's like the early. It's like the early
right.
Futuras.
Yeah.
Look at the Futura. I love those bikes. They look really cool.
Oh,
and you see them on there. You see them for like dirt cheap.
Our buddy Henry
You
from
wouldn't touch
the
one.
Motorcycles
Yeah.
and Misfits. Henry is one of my favorite fucking people
Yeah, he's a
ever.
good dude. I remember
That dude
Henry.
is fucking solid. And the day that I heard that Henry was buying a Futura, I sat there and I cried like a litter witnessing Indian. I cried. I cried one fucking big tear like I was an Italian American being cast as an Indian and was sad to see the end of my people. One giant Native American tear down my cheek.
You were Pregonimo.
I was Pregonimo. when I heard that Henry had got a fucking Futura, because not only is it's an Aprilia, but it's an Aprilia for the Jet Set Club. It's an Aprilia for the Jetsons. It's an Aprilia for people that thought they knew what the future was going to look like.
The wiring harness is made out of blonde pubic hair.
There's no wire on the bike thicker than 86 gauge.
No, seriously, it's
The entire motorcycle is a computer based on a computer based on another computer based on another computer. And if a guy in Italy loses his keys, they all stop working. Okay? That's the way a Futura is.
Oh, no.
And the Mana 850 was all of that designed to be like daily driver. So it wasn't, though. It wasn't like a DeVille. It wasn't like a PC 800. It wasn't like all the bikes it was trying to be, because it should have been, it had a frunk. Like, it had all the things that make it into being like, this is a cool commuter vehicle. The downside was when it came time to replace your rollers and your variator, because you had a thing on the dashboard that said you need to replace the rollers and your variator. So if you did that and you replaced them and you put it back together again, you have a persistent warning light that says, hey, you still need to do that.
Oh, because there's nothing to shut it off.
And you said, no, wait, I did that. And I went into the computer and I told you that I did that. Like I jailbroke the computer and I got the code from my dealer who said, fuck you, go away from my dealership. Don't ever come back ever again as long as you have that motorcycle. I'm going to give you the code so you can service it yourself, you weird monkey. Get out of my shop. And they give you the code and you go home and you say, look, I changed the variator rollers. I put a new belt on. Yeah. So now I want to reset the belt sensor so that it doesn't tell me every time I start the bike that I need to buy a new belt, and I don't have a giant red light flashing at me on the dashboard telling me I need to buy a new belt.
The belt sensor is like a DC brush.
The belt sensor is a sacrificial part. Oh. Wait, you mean that when the belt wears out, you take this belt sensor that's a part of the bike, it has a part number, and you take that and you throw that as far as you can throw it. and you buy a new one and you put it in.
Except for
nobody has belt sensors.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So I hope you like the look.
Did they issue a little like round piece of black tape
to cover the fucking warning light? Yeah,
So,
there you go.
So if you have a hard on for a Mana 850, buy an NC 750X.
Yeah, that'll work.
As my buddy Bruce is going to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly right.
Unfortunately, the trunk opens in the wrong direction.
It does open the wrong way because you can't steer. So with the Mana, you can open the trunk and still steer.
Right.
With the Mana, you can open it. Yeah, with the Mana, you can open it while you're driving.
Yeah, because you can put all your your lunch in a Mana.
Yeah. You can reach, you can literally
have a 5-course meal and eat it out of the Mana, and it's no problem at all.
The Mana was the smartest bike ever because the Mana was like, imagine you would in a world where you'd like to have lunch at 96 miles an hour without stopping. The Aprilia Mana, reach up, grab the key, push it straight in, turn it to the left. The motor keeps running, but the frunk opens. But the frunk is aerodynamically designed to not rip your face off when it opens.
Right.
Dude, it looks exactly like the fucking Moto Guzzi too, except for with obviously not a sideways.
Well, it's not a Brava, right?
Well, it was so smart.
Still a V-twin, yeah.
When you didn't have Easy Pass, you could have your money sitting there for the tolls.
Yep.
You just popped it open. You'd give them your money.
You could reach into the Mana frunk and grab a beer and drink the beer and put the can back in the frunk and close the frunk.
Because no cop's gonna know that it's not a gas tank.
And they're not gonna know.
I love my GV tank lock bag. That is such.
It's brilliant.
It's beautiful.
But in the other motorcycles, the Honda, when you open the frunk, 90 mile an hour wind pressure rips the frunk into your face, right? Yeah. So anyway, but the Mana had a lot of amazing features. But if you bought a Mana and you owned a Mana, which Steve has,
Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Amanda Hug and Kiss. Right. It's the
I love
Aprilia
the
Amanda
bike,
Hug
but
and
I
Kiss.
saw the writing
on the wall.
I saw its future.
He saw the writing on the wall.
That
and he got away from it.
Like marrying.
Yep. A Kardashian. Yeah.
I was pretty
I
impressed.
was going to say it like an Italian. But
I was pretty impressed.
And just like
because it's an Italian bike.
like a Kardashian, you did the wise move. You got in and you got the fuck out.
Yeah, that's it.
I was impressed that you were able to fit a fleshlight into that GV bag that you mount on your tank. That's a nice modification, right?
You're fucking right. It is.
I know.
Metal Fresh, stick with the twirly mustache thing.
It wasn't
I'm working on it.
Ride that out. That's a good plan. I like it.
Light.
I like it. Do that. Pen light.
Flesh pen light.
A flesh pen light. Nice. All right. So because we love our friends and neighbors and myself that ride Harley Davidsons, we do want to give them the utmost respect in the decisions they've made in the United States and the way they steer the market into good decisions and great marketing opportunities. It's all good. We appreciate the shit out of that. What's interesting, though, is that in Sturgis, South Dakota, the home of the largest gathering of pirate enthusiasts and Harley-Davidson riders in the history of ever, South Dakota has had a 493% increase in COVID 2 weeks after Sturgis. Look, we used to make this joke when I was a kid about Myrtle Beach having like a 700% increase in chlamydia and babies given to adoption, like after Myrtle Beach, like that was when I was a kid growing up. We all just were like, yeah, you're going to Myrtle Beach? Sure, why not? I haven't had chlamydia this year. And then AIDS happened, and that turned that all way down. Because then it wasn't just like chlamydia and getting a shot. Then it was like AIDS. And then you had to like sing George Michael songs, right?
Dude,
yeah.
I have had the one George Michael song. What is it? A Careless Whisper?
Careless Whisper.
Stuck in my head for like 3 weeks.
Because of Mid-Ohio. Because the captain launches.
Oh, shit.
So what you don't know is that every year at Mid-Ohio, Kurt Edwards informed me of this. Because Kurt is a very smart man who brings us donuts.
I believe that.
Kurt told me that the rule at the Louisville corner, the Kentucky corner, the rule is that they launch the ceremonies every night by playing Careless Whisper at 126 decibels.
I'm like, I want to totally like flamenco. I want to get a classical guitar so I can do like the.
Oscar and I are going to work on the sax solo.
Yeah.
For the beginning of the goddamn thing.
Let's fucking
We
do
are
it.
both saxophonists. Yeah. Like, you're a saxophonist too? Oh my God. Holy shit. I see 3 saxophones in our future. Stat.
I want baritone sax.
Fuck you. That's expensive.
I'm on vocals.
I've
man.
got an alto right now. I'm looking for a
I'll
tenor.
do the George
I
Michael.
have two tenors and 2 altos.
What? Right now?
Yeah.
In your world?
Yeah.
Okay, so in case you didn't know this, the exchange rate for saxophones is it's 3 altos is equal to 1 tenor.
I should have known better than to
And
cheat a
6
friend.
altos is worth 1 baritone. And 2 tenors is worth 1 baritone. That's the exchange rate for saxophones.
Wait,
There's
what's
a
a tenor?
baritone saxophone on Gov Deals right now for like $20.
What?
You should get that.
Yeah.
Because I'll learn E flat if it means
and
baritone.
3 baritones.
You don't need
get
an E
oboe.
flat. Altos are an E flat.
E altos are E flat. I'm
Tenors
tenor
are
B flat.
Oh, B flat. Tenors are
Yeah,
B flat. Yeah, altos are. And then
E
what's
flat.
E flat's
Soprano.
alto?
No,
Soprano.
soprano's B flat.
Sopranos, man.
Soprano's B
So
flat.
soprano's the same as tenor,
Yeah.
and baritone's the same as alto.
Alto, exactly. Right. I can key change if I have to. But you've got 2 tenors and 2 altos? We're in. That's it. We're getting the band back together. All right. Everybody work on your Amish
I
shirt.
used to play in a Blues Brothers band.
We're going to buy reeds.
I'll work on the whole
Game
fucking
on. All right.
solo.
Fair enough. Next year at
You do
Mid-Ohio.
the solo. I'm going to do vocals and rhythm.
Right. Okay.
You got to do the solo.
We will do the saxophone solo because I'm absolutely certain with an alto, a tenor, and another tenor
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because
can
I've already
crush
played
that
it a
shit.
handful of times.
Yeah.
For my family.
on a saxophone.
Guitar.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. So
So I have another Gov Deals.
okay.
Steve is
Wait, we
fucking
gotta look.
constantly
Steve,
on the
Steve,
gov deals.
your mission is to buy the baritone.
Okay.
How are you getting in Gov Deals musical instruments?
They have everything.
They have everything.
Really?
They have everything.
It's actually a palette of instruments, and on that palette of instruments
Is and baritone.
There's a baritone.
Right.
I think there's a
The rest of
sousaphone
them. Oh.
and a I want to say
Your mission,
not a
should you
cornet.
choose to
What did
accept it.
Chuck Mangione play?
Flugelhorn?
Flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn. Your mission,
yeah, dude.
should you choose to accept it, is to make sure you buy that skid.
Because there's
And
three,
I'll pay to ship it.
There's 3 of them out there. There's 3 skids of different instruments. Like some have a couple. I want a trombone.
Okay.
I was actually looking for a trombone.
I got a trombone in my attic.
A rusty trombone.
I love trombones. I don't know why. I just
all
love
right.
trombones.
Yeah.
But
You've got a tromboner.
My problem is I can't do bass clef, so I got a trombone, but I can't read bass clef. Like my brain doesn't do bass clef. I only do treble
my
clef.
hard
All you have
part.
to do is go womp womp womp, and that's it. Just
Wah, 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 wah.
for all the
So-
stuff.
Yeah.
So I like perusing Gov Deals anyway, but
Buy that skid.
ClevelandMoto band's gonna be awesome.
The ClevelandMoto band is going to be fantastic.
we're getting the band back together.
You know what? What I think is we need to have a walking band that delivers whiskey.
I've always wanted a
We're
French
going
horn.
to
I
give
can-
something back to the community.
I was a
They
music
have French
horn.
horns
French
too.
horn. I've always- oh,
No,
dude.
don't ever trust a brass instrument that requires strings. Look, strings are strings.
It looks like
But
you're falling into the percussion, Dan.
if you have a brass instrument
I can play
that
tuba.
requires strings,
The deaf guy plays
you are
percussion.
in dangerous waters, my friend. Because a French horn is a brass instrument, but it requires strings to operate the valves. It's a
It's a
dangerous.
rotary because they're rotary.
Yes,
as well,
it's a
yeah.
dangerous place to be. Careful, man. Careful.
So I played flugabone, euphonium, and tuba.
You played sousaphone. You played tuba.
Yes.
Then we got to we got to get the
man?
sousaphone.
You gotta get the
so I had to
sousaphone,
play-
dude.
we got to get the sousaphone.
We'll get,
I don't
we'll
care
get
if-
the Cleveland Moto little thing that goes over the horn.
This
thing, so
is
there's-
worse.
Womp,
This is
womp, womp,
worst
womp,
failure
womp,
of delivered idea than backcountry discovery route.
This is gonna be
BDR.
marching band.
Like
Cleveland
we are
Moto
famous.
marching band.
We are famous for coming up with like we're gonna do this, and then
then
we don't
never
do
do
that.
it, I know.
Exactly.
This shit is not getting
right.
off the ground.
But what I will say is,
This is a fucking lead balloon.
I am 11% of a person who knows how to play saxophone. Like I'm 11. Like I speak 26% German. I play saxophone about 11%.
Okay.
Oscar was in a straight up legit band, so I got to figure he's at least 25%. That's enough to get
I
us.
feel
through
like I'm
tonight.
25% guitar.
No, I think you might be 40% guitar.
Okay. Thank
Maybe
you.
50%.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah.
like 40.3%.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
thank
Right.
you
Right.
very
So
much.
I can
Yeah.
play bass guitar too.
All right. All right.
But
I'm going to get an acoustic
But if
bass.
you can march a baritone,
I have
my
multiple
niece
bass guitars.
or my
I had to play
yeah.
baritone. Well, I mean, if you played tenor sax, then you know that you had to play. If they didn't have a baritone part, you ended up playing the baritone part in like symphonic wind ensemble or whatever. You'd have to play the baritone part because
because there's no baritones because your school couldn't afford to buy one.
So what we
that
got to
shit's
do?
expensive.
What we got to do? My favorite thing of being in marching band playing tuba was In the Stone by the thing. So it's like womp. Womp, womp.
Oh, cadences, marching cadences are all the shit.
Oh, that was so good, dude.
One of the
horn
best things ever.
Yeah,
marching cadences is
Plus,
great.
it makes it a moving target.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, I got suspended.
That's why so many militaries. Here's a rule. If you're a marching band, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I'm a guy who played reeds my whole life. Get the fucking reeds out of the marching band. Reeds don't carry. You need brass. You got to have brass. Brass carries. Horns carry. Reeds is just mental masturbation. It's out there on the field. It's like you can't hear a fucking clarinet for shit.
When it rains, you can't play them because you fuck your pads up.
I got suspended.
Fuck your pads up. Do you ever try to march like a swing band with a reed instrument? It's like having a live snake biting your mouth all the time. It is for real true. You're like, okay.
You switch to a plastic reed.
Also, now that's some Fisher Price bullshit.
Yeah, I tried.
That doesn't work.
No, they suck, but they don't.
They don't split.
The cool part about brass instruments, though, is like I got suspended for this, but I have many weeks of not finding out about it until I did, and then I got suspended. But when it's really cold outside, you can start a fire in the bell.
Oh,
and nobody sees it. So
get out of here.
There's a fire burning right
Bullshit.
there. Oh, no, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
my
then,
God.
And then when you needed to go, it just blows out the fire, and you're fine. You're good to go.
Okay, guys, we've all
This
had
is the
this
band
mystery.
camp episode.
We've all had this mystery of how many people were at Mid-Ohio. We don't know. The numbers aren't in yet. But the South Dakota Transportation Department. South Dakota. Okay. They counted a total of vehicles around Sturgis during the rally. They set up devices to count how many vehicles were around Sturgis during the rally. Now, this is an interesting thing because we've kind of always wondered how many people actually went to Sturgis. Mm-hmm. We've never
4.7% less than last year.
Well, it's actually quite a bit higher. So, how many vehicles do you think the South Dakota Department of Transportation counted at the rally during the rally?
400,000.
525,000 vehicles around Sturgis during the rally. Yes, Jesus. That marks a high point in attendance during the course of the event's history. So this is what's interesting is that 2 weeks before the 2021 rally, Meade County had 20 reported cases of COVID. As of August 25th, that number is up to 330 fucking cases of COVID. It's astronomical. I know that we were talking about, like, we love our friends, the Misfits. And Liza was saying, like, last year during 2020's COVID, Liza was like, I want the numbers. I want to know how many people went to COVID and then brought home a T-shirt.
Oh, Sturgis, you mean.
Thank you. Sturgis. They went to, did I say they went to COVID?
COVID, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they went to COVID.
Same thing.
They came back with a T-shirt, a mug,
and COVID.
And COVID.
With the shirt that said all I got was COVID from, because it was like the joke.
That was the joke, right?
They did.
But nobody had any data because they weren't into capturing data. But it turns out this year,
I had a little bite. And
it turns out the number of cases that did not leave South, remember that most people that go to Sturgis aren't South Dakota residents.
No.
Because I checked. There are not that many residents in South Dakota. It's like there's 9 people that live in South Dakota.
But here's the weird part. So like you think about Mid-Ohio, right?
Yeah.
COVID was still around during Mid-Ohio.
Yeah.
But I think the crowd was mixed enough with enough people that had some of the precautions and stuff like that that it kind of kept it low.
No, did you see at Mid-Ohio? Did you, like the one, when you go into the campsite, like the third row over, the dudes had set up this really like kind of a methy looking motorhome. Okay. Kind of like a little bit of a Walter White looking motorhome.
Sure.
But it said,
but aren't they all?
But it said 100% guaranteed Pfizer makeout booth. Oh yeah, I went in there. I got a quick update. I was good to go for the whole weekend. I made out with a dude who had like at least his second Pfizer shot. I was good to go, man. We were good.
Was that J-Town?
Yeah, we're
come down to J-Town, baby.
But
It's
you're
all
right.
good.
There's a
It's all
different
good.
vibe between Vintage Days and
is, yeah.
There's a different vibe between Vintage Days and Sturgis. Obviously,
I mean, like a lot of the people, like I think when you see like a lot of the like,
You know what I was thinking about today?
Yeah.
I was driving home from work.
Yeah.
I was thinking that there's a refrigerator over at J-Town up in Esville.
Yeah.
It's full of cold beers. You got that beer cooler up there, and it's sitting there fucking with all those beers in them.
Right?
That's a Corona.
There's not very many left.
Oh, you've been hanging out there?
No, we've been drinking them when we're up there.
I've replenished. So I took all of our leftover stock from the past couple of events, repopulated our college fridge here. Repopulated. Oh, no, the college fridge is looking great. When you look in the college fridge, you're going to be like, God damn, somebody with an artistic sense of purpose laid out our college fridge, because our college fridge looks beautiful.
I'm trying to have I brought a bunch of stuff in. I brought a bunch of stuff in from Mid-Ohio. And yeah, and I see you've got some stuff in. You've got a bunch of like White Claws and stuff.
Okay.
So you've got seltzers.
Yeah. Ska Brewing Company. I'll make a call. We'll get sponsored by Ska.
I'm trying to plan a September ripper, though, out at the compound. Like maybe late September.
That's a good idea.
If it cools off a little bit, this weather sucks. But if it cools off, and I texted my niece. She's 30 years old. She's whatever. But her friends, and they all like to have a good time. And Ashley's a bartender at
Choctaw Bingo.
No, Ashley's a bartender at for Sash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At Versace.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm like, we should have like a nice little ripper.
I agree. Yeah. We should do a September special, like a late September Oktoberfest, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I could go for a good Oktoberfest, by the way.
Oh, wait, aren't we going to Speculator, New York in September for Americade?
The 21st.
The 21st
Okay.
is just.
Okay.
Hey, so this weekend coming up, nobody's going to, because the podcast won't drop by then, but it is a very interesting thing because part of the weekend's events of our Mods versus Rockers, Cleveland, Ohio, Skid Mark Garage and Go Moto, that's happening this weekend. But Saturday, there's the German festival at the Sachsenheim.
Oh, yeah.
So the German Summer Festival. So if you have not been to the Summer Festival at the Sachsenheim, you should fucking go.
I think I'm more excited about that.
All right, there.
That is Saturday all day. Like that. I'm surprised we're not doing that now.
You can get schnitzeled.
Can we talk about Mods versus Rockers for a second?
We can. Yeah.
Just, I mean, like, I appreciate all the effort that people make. Obviously, as you know, as you've hosted it.
I've done it many times.
It's a lot of work.
I have been the host of Mods versus Rockers a number of times.
So let me ask you, before we
Going
get
back
into
to the wee days.
my little, not complaint, but just talking point.
Yep.
In your definition, what makes a good Mod versus Rockers ride or day? Like, what is the... If Phil was running this with the help of a bunch of people, what would your schedule of events be?
So the first thing that I have historically gone back to, and you guys have all done it, is when we do Mods versus Rockers, we sometimes will do the mods start at one location and the rockers start at another location.
Right.
And so that's always been a traditional thing, is where the mods, the scooters, start at one spot, and the motorcycles, rockers, start at another spot, and they each launch at give or take the same time.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the magic of the event is that we meet up
For the Rumble.
Yeah.
So we somehow managed, and I don't know how we've done it, but we pulled this shit off for like 13 years in a row.
I really think the best ones were the original ones at
Spitfire.
Spitfire.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So somehow we pull this shit
Warren
off.
Tavern.
Yep, Warren Tavern too. I don't know how we did it, but we did it, and we did it many times. Is we would leave the scooters at point A and the motorcycles at point B, and each group would go off on their separate fucking bullshit,
Right. Yeah.
45-minute to 2.5 hour ride, because I like long rides. And we'd go off on these bullshit long rides, and we would meet up at the same place at the same time, somehow magically.
Yep.
And it would be awesome, because the scooters would fold in and the motorcycles would fold in, and it'd just be a cool thing.
And a party would ensue.
Constantly.
Yeah. Right.
We'd usually shut the street down.
So how many museums were involved in that?
Not usually a museum.
Okay.
So it's usually not a museum kind of thing.
Museums involved in this bullshit?
So they're doing,
here's so I'm not I don't want to be a dick and I don't want to be rude and anything like that, but I was really looking for it. I actually me and my wife got things to look Rocky-ish. Fucking thing. Like,
Here's where it misses the mark.
well, hold on. So listen. So I spent time on this. Like I was like, we're gonna be fucking rockers this year. We're
Right.
going like fucking. I got your boots I'm wearing with the fucking pants. I got the jacket, the whole fucking thing. She's got a jacket. We're doing it. And then I find out it's like, okay, meet at Skid Mark. Okay, I like Skid Mark Garage.
11 o'clock, man.
Let's
Meet at
meet.
Skid
Let's
Mark.
do it.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna take a leisurely 14-second ride over to this museum, and then we're doing
The Crawford Auto Museum.
which is a great museum. I like
Yes,
it.
it is.
Okay,
Are they
I
going to
love
Crawford?
It.
Yes.
I love it. It's a great museum. Wonderful exhibits, everything.
And except the exhibit is all American motorcycles.
American motorcycles.
Ocho British motorcycles or scooters.
Right.
It's an exhibit, and it's going to be. I want to go there.
Fuck yeah!
But
it's not
in the middle of like we have limited amount of riding days and time in Ohio. And the last thing I want to do is be inside at a museum on a beautiful fucking sunny day when you should be out enjoying your fucking motorcycle.
And guess what? You're not getting in for free.
Oh no, you got to pay to get in the fucking museum. It's a $20.
It's $15.
$15, whatever.
Yeah. You're just going there and you're going to see the exhibit.
And it's a 2.5 hour scavenger hunt inside a museum.
Oh, really?
With all the other people. So now you're in you're amidst of a couple hundred people inside of a museum.
Right.
Like slapping COVID on each other and enjoying it. And then at 4 you leave and then you go on a ride at 4 from somewhere. And then you meet somewhere else and then you party at 6:30.
Yeah,
it didn't seem like there was a lot of riding. It was a little bit of a concern to me.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. My jam is this. First of all, the guys at Skidmark.
Love those guys.
Work their balls off all the
dude.
time.
Solid dude.
Every single person, Brian and Nancy, his aunt, called me this year and got things sorted out for our sponsorship. They do kill it. Like everything they did at Mid-Ohio, fucking amazing. And what's happening right now is I know Skidmark's changing venues. So Skidmark has historically been in this building that we're familiar with, and now they're moving into something better. And I think what's happened is the event this year has happened to fall right in the middle of we are no longer at Address A and we're not really officially at Address B yet. So I think that's the problem. The problem is
they're tween.
Yes, and you guys remember that the Fuel Show in Cleveland, which is sort of like a version of the one show in Portland. It's a motorcycle festival. It's like motorcycle and art and everything else. And the Fuel Show in Cleveland is what we have that is comparable to the one show in Portland. Right. And that has historically, in the past few years, happened at Skidmark Garage because there's art space, there's room for us to fuck around and do burnout contests and wheelie shit.
They even got the warehouse next door.
Fuck yeah, they did.
They did all like they.
And honestly, anything you wanted to do, Brian and his crew at Skidmark had done such a good job of making it a safe place to act like an asshole and light your bike on fire. Game on.
Yeah, right.
So I think that this year, because of Mods versus Rockers, I honestly say pulling in that history of the American motorcycle thing is really smart, but I do know that they've got some challenges between their location at Old Skidmark and New Skidmark. So
I'm just saying, we're in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep.
It's nice outside.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is be inside on a day that's that nice.
I get
outside.
it, but missing
I'm cool
that,
if it's air conditioned.
It is air conditioned, right? And the museum is legit. So for me, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do my thing. I will go and I'll do the museum, and then I'll go to the after parties. I'll go to all the after parties.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah, because that's what we do.
The last time they had that ride last year, that vintage bike ride.
Yep. Yeah.
Nick and I were the only ones that were on vintage bikes.
No, you're the only ones on vintage bikes. Yeah.
Because I felt really weird because
last year was challenging. Fuck it. This year I'm riding my fucking Lambretta. So, take what you will. I'm showing up on my Lambretta.
I don't have the scooter anymore.
Oh, you don't?
I sold my Vespa.
So I'm going to either show up on my GS, my Vespa, or I'm going to show up on my Lambretta. But I feel like at this point I have to represent the mod side of the contingent because there's precious few of the goddamn scooters around. Right. So I'm going to do that.
I should talk to James and buy a Lambretta.
I've always wanted one so bad.
You could handle Lambretta. Most people can't.
Yeah, I know all about a Lambretta.
Yep, most people can't handle Lambretta. Lambretta is one of those things you talked about, marrying an Italian woman. A Lambretta is like marrying a stripper who already has a meth problem.
The Lambrettas, they actually run really good.
When they run great.
You have to accept it. You're going to have to rebuild it all the way down, tear it down to the crank.
Yep. You're going to have to
way back up.
You're going to have to spend your life with a Lambretta making certain decisions. Hey, speaking of fucking podcasts and scooters, okay, raise your hand if you know who our friend Jeff Corsaro is.
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
Okay, raise your hand if you know who Robot is.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. The numbers changed. Wait a second. So you and I know who Jeff is.
Yep.
But then the numbers doubled. 100% more people know who Robot is.
Right.
And that's because Motorsport Scooters, Scooter West in San Diego, has been doing a collection of amazing videos. No shit, legit amazing videos. If you want to know the difference between I think I would like to own a scooter and I'm a internet, what's the term? a YouTube certified master technician. If you want to know the difference, you have to watch Robot's videos. Mm-hmm. So Robot is our friend that we've known for way too long. In fact, we knew him before he was called Robot. And he's an amazing human being. Like, he's one of the people that we agree that spending time with him is time well spent. And I know his family. They're all just beautiful people. Like, everything around that guy is positive, good energy. And if you have friends that also know him like we do, we all kind of have that same sort of, there's a lot of love in the room when that happens. Well, Robot did one of his videos. They have 93 billion subscribers to the Scooter West Motorsport Scooters YouTube channel. And they listed their top 3 motorcycle podcasts. Hey, guys, gonna let you know. Number 2 podcast, according to Robot, ClevelandMoto podcast.
Fuck you, Robot.
Fuck yeah, Robot. Fuck yeah,
really?
Yeah.
We're not number 1.
No, we're not number 1. He fucked us. Somebody else. Hey, you know what?
No, more importantly, was it Misfits or no?
No.
Oh, yeah, fucking A.
No, not even number 3. They weren't even on the list.
They weren't even on the list.
Okay, well then we're
So
fucking
Robot
good,
gave
man.
his top 3 motorcycle scooter podcasts, which is funny because
Okay, break it down for us.
Okay, Oscar. His criteria was that they were scooter podcasts.
Yes,
that's right.
Okay, fair enough.
We do talk about scooters quite often.
We do, but I mean, we don't talk about only scooters.
No,
that's
So
right.
somebody who talked about only scooters would
Does
certainly win
anybody
number
here,
1.
does anybody sitting at this table not own a scooter?
Not anymore.
Oh, you don't. You're without a scooter right now.
Yeah,
You're
get the
0
fuck
scooters. There's the door, pal. My
Holy
God.
fuck, shit.
Wow.
Okay, well,
Holy
fuck
shit.
you up.
Shame. My God.
Fuck you.
Why don't you go out there and whisper to a fucking Honda or something out there, you know? The fuck, man?
Why you gotta bust up my mic,
Jesus
dude?
Christ.
Fuck you, fuck your mic, fuck the whole fucking thing.
You'd think you could fucking have a buddy or something for solidarity.
Well, I mean, it's on my list. I mean, shit, I'm just transitional here. If you're going to be that fucking way.
You're a temporarily embarrassed non-scooterist.
Fucking guy came in and bought a bike and then saw my fucking scooter there and was like, I'll take that too. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck, take everything that has no title in my life and I'll be happy.
I was pretty fucking happy
You're
that
in the closet now?
that we came in second place on a list of the top 3 motor scooter podcasts by Robot. So Robot gave his list of the top 3 motor scooter podcasts, and we came in second place.
And we were the funny ones.
And we were legit. And I like the way that. So Merritt watched the thing last night. I was like, holy shit, Robot's, and I hadn't seen it yet. So Robot's going to list his top 3 motor scooter podcasts, and I hadn't seen it. So I'm like, I'm taking a chance. I'm throwing this shit up here. My wife, who I care about, my wife is going to watch something, and either I'm going to get smoked or I'm going to look pretty good. Yeah. But I'm about to show it to her straight on. Because Merritt doesn't watch any of our Moto Story shit.
No?
Like, she doesn't see any of our Moto Story shit until I show it to her.
Okay.
She has no idea what she's going to get hit with. She watches that shit fucking blind. She goes in and she's like, okay. Right? And she has no idea. Because, look, you guys enjoy this shit, but she's married to me 24/7.
Has she learned anything that she didn't know from some of them?
All right. So we watched that shit, and thank God Robot was like, my second pick is ClevelandMoto. It's a motorcycle podcast, but they talk about a lot of scooter stuff.
I'm surprised you didn't say it was like a whiskey podcast that happens to talk about motorcycles occasionally.
For Oscar and I, we will tell you that Robot is not known for throwing a motherfucker under the bus. No. That's not his jam.
Right.
Like, Robot will not unnecessarily fuck with you the way that John fucks with everybody here, the way that, right.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about R-rated or anything.
Right.
Like that. He was like, no, they're just funny.
Merritt was like, how did Robot not give a warning?
Exactly. I was thinking the exact same thing when I was listening. I was like, oh shit, here he comes. Oh shit, he didn't say anything bad about us. Cool. I was pretty stoked. I really thought, I mean, not that he was going to shit on us, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because like we know his audience is not.
He's honest. As honest can be.
Honest can be. Robot's never told a lie as far as I know.
Fair enough.
Robot is a straight up human being that I love and cherish, but he should have warned people.
Yeah.
Like Merritt said the same thing. Merritt was like, wait a second. Robot's audience of YouTube, like Robot's YouTube audience is no shit 10 times our audience. We've got 6,000, 7,000 subscribers.
Well,
They've got
thank you, Robot.
60,000 subscribers.
Thank you, Robot.
Right. So thank you indeed, Robot. But Robot didn't tell people, don't listen to this with the kids in the room.
Exactly.
Robot didn't say like...
I'm pretty sure that's going to become self-evident real quick.
Real fucking
In the
quick.
first 5 minutes of the podcast.
And so Merritt said the same thing that you did. Merritt was like, holy shit, that was super cool that he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a second. He didn't give the asterisk, the implied asterisk. That is, it's the ClevelandMoto podcast. They drink too much and they talk about
A lot of
what we talk about.
Inappropriate.
Well, I've got an uncomfortable thing happening, and then my daughter started listening to my podcast.
Oh no!
And her friends. And they're 14.
No way. No,
Hi,
no,
Piper.
no.
They
Like,
started
you're not
on
supposed to be
episode
listening to this.
151.
Chocolate Thunder and White Lightning.
I'm never going to mention 151,
I am
except
going to as soon as I see her. I'm handing her a copy of it in every
Except-
format.
here we are on the
Including a
podcast
transcript.
mentioning 151.
Steve,
So she's going to listen to
Piper, do
151
not
and
listen
go
to
back and listen to
151.
Don't listen
Do
to
not
151.
listen to episode 151.
Off has personally transcribed it. And he's given her the fucking transcription there.
Don't go into the light, Sarah Ann. Don't go into the light.
Don't do it, Piper. Please don't.
Okay, look.
You can listen to the podcast, but you might not like what you hear.
Look, Piper, we have all been around you as you've grown into the young woman that you are. Piper, we all as a group, we consider you to be part of the ClevelandMoto family.
Yep.
But that being said, don't listen to 151.
And don't drink while you do it.
Oh my God.
Don't smoke weed while you do it.
And don't eat any chocolate desserts while you're doing it.
So
Yeah.
she has some friends,
Yeah.
and her name is Piper,
Yeah.
and her other friend
It's Piper.
is Owen, and her other friend is Talisa. And so they're going to have a band, and they're going to call it Pot. Piper, Owen, and Talisa.
Piper, Owen, and Talisa. I'm glad it's not William, Andrew, and Priscilla.
I will sponsor this band.
Got some wet.
Anyway, Piper, if you're listening, I love you, baby.
We all love
Yeah, we all
Piper.
love Piper.
Yeah, Piper is legit. We should all be thrilled to have young people in our life that are as cool as Piper is. So that's great.
She's good.
You
She's
just
good.
pulled back when I was in bands. Do you remember the guy on 107.9 used to have like on Sunday night he'd have local bands in and stuff, whatever, like at the big radio station.
Back when it was the ends.
Yeah, right,
It's the
whatever.
ends of the world as we know
So
it.
I was in this band called Fester at the time. It was like a punk rock kind of whatever.
Uncle.
Yeah, it was based off Uncle Fester or whatever.
Right.
And so the guys we got on there because I sent the guy a bunch of booze through the mail and I didn't know it was illegal. So he called us and had us come down.
Payola is only payola if you can prove it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I was having problems with my at the time current wife, now ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
So all the guys are on the radio and they're like they're saying shit that's gonna make them look
The
cool.
soon
so
to
they
be
get
ex Mrs. Cinch.
they get pimp, they get chicks and stuff. And I was just like, I just like to shout out my wife's, blah 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 because I just love her and all that. Everybody in the band looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're not allowed to fucking try to make up with your wife during our one chance to fucking have an interview on the radio. Like, oh, it was so embarrassing.
Oops.
When I heard it the next day, it was one of those things where I was like, oh my God, I sounded like an idiot.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
dude, that was so terrible. That is a low point. One of the many low points of my life.
So if people in podcasts don't know, I have a pink Vespa. If you look over there, there's a Pepto Pink. I mean, that's the only way to describe it is it's a lot of pink.
Yep.
It's a Pepto Pink Vespa.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
So I've got a Pepto Pink Vespa in my shop that has 68 original miles. So it's a 2010 Vespa with only 68 miles on the motherfucker. And so it's up on I put it up on Facebook Marketplace just to fuck with people. I just was like, okay, we're going to take a Vespa that's in perfect shape, top case, crash bars, the whole deal. Going to throw it up on Facebook Marketplace, just to shake the tree and see what kind of monkeys come out of it. Like, we know that when you shake the tree, you get all kinds of weird shit. And so this happened. So what's funny is I had many people offering to trade me things for the pink Vespa.
Really?
Now, nobody has come up with $4,000 in American Freedom units yet. Nobody.
Xboxes. And
I've got many offers of many things. But so the one guy was like, I've got a 2019 Honda Super Cub. It's only got 700 miles on it, but my wife wants a step through. So, yes, you have my interest.
Wait, Super Cub is a step through, isn't it?
Last time I checked, it was. Thank you very much. There is the picture of the bike and the said wife. It's blue with the red seat with 700 miles.
Does it comes with a wife?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't care. Whether or
bike
not,
is cool, yeah.
honestly, whether or not the wife comes in the deal is less of my concern. Right? Never been my concern ever. I'm in it for me.
I've always been very concerned if the wife comes or not.
Yep. Only mine. Only mine. Nobody else's wife matters. Mine matters because mine keeps me in the style I'm used to. So anyway, so he's like, well, but if that doesn't work, I was like, yeah, the bike's still available. I'm willing to work something out. Shoot me a couple of pictures. Right on. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. That kind of thing. So he sends me pictures of the bike. That's great. But he says, I also have a Vitpillion 401.
Oh, I want that.
He has the shit pillion. So there it is. It's a shit pillion 401 with a Akrapovic
I'll
or
give you
Akrapovic.
$4,000. You get that bike, and you can give him the scooter, and I'll buy that for $4,000.
All right. Well, then we'll see what happens.
White.
So anyway, it's white.
I do want a buddy, by the way.
Well, we can make that happen. Look behind you.
I want that. I want the fucking Vitspillion.
Vitspillion. I want the short pillion.
Yeah.
I want the short pillion. But anyway, so I'm going to work on this over the next few days. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, let me know.
So we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
So he's got a shit pillion 401. That also has under 1,000 miles. So in his garage right now, he's got a shit pillion 401, and he's got a Honda Cub in the beautiful blue and white. Yeah. So game on, man.
It's actually what's that? White is a really cool.
It's got
like a slightly greenish.
It's white.
Can you zoom in on his wife?
You know what that
You
color?
are a creepy dude.
Now, you know what that color looks like?
Put your shirt back on.
Do you remember when the new
Well, she looks good. I'm just saying.
Do you remember when the new Bugs came out and they had VW Vapor?
Yeah, Vapor.
Vapor.
Vapor was the color.
I painted my Honda CRX.
He could be like, honey, the guys on the podcast were checking you out.
Really? That's kind of cool. Yeah, there she is. There you go. Yeah, next to that fucking GTX. Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. That's white people problems. She's wearing a Moto Guzzi t-shirt.
I was just going to point that out.
She's wearing a fucking lightly hacked up Moto Guzzi t-shirt. Yeah, that means... Yeah, if she's wearing a Moto Guzzi t-shirt, that means I can take her from him. Yeah, that's it.
And she's got the sides cut to show a little side boob.
I'm just going to let you know, I got a couple of bikes in my arsenal.
It's not even like that. She just, is she fun or not? Does you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what I mean?
I'm sensing just enough food.
You're not helping yourself, John.
What I'm seeing right here, I'm seeing a Davida Pudding Bull helmet. So there's a Davida Pudding Bull helmet with a cock on it. So there's a Davida Pudding Bull with a cock on it. She's wearing a Moto Guzzi shirt. She's pictured in front of a fucking vintage GTX.
Bouncing around the party.
John just wants to know if a snake bites him, will she take the venom out?
Right.
She'd take one for
Doc
the team.
says you're going to die, John. Doc says you're going to die.
Any one of you here at the table, though, would take the venom out, right?
What's that?
What? No?
Dude, if
Make the patient comfortable.
Right, make the patient comfortable. Oh, shit. That's a new t-shirt. Cleveland Moto First Aid. Step 1, make the patient comfortable. No butt stuff. No butt stuff. No butt stuff.
A bottle of brown liquor.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey, what showed up?
That's an Uncle Nearest sour.
That's the Nearest sour? Oh, God, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. Oh, God, that's good.
What's in that? What is it?
It's Uncle Nearest and sweet and sour mix, apparently.
Oh, okay.
What kind of sour mix do you use?
Mrs. T's.
Mrs. T's, right? Yeah, right.
I've had it up there for a while.
Yeah.
I've meant to bring it in so I could get down some of this brown bourbon that keeps fantastic brown bourbon keeps coming in. So now I'm finally using it.
So finally putting that Mrs. T's to a fucking job is making brown liquor go away.
Yeah.
Uncle Nearest and sweet and sour mix.
How many fingers of Uncle Nearest did you put in there?
Wait, hold on. Let me smell it. Just the middle finger. That's it. It's the minivan. 2 in the front, 5 in the back.
Yeah, 5 in the rear.
Oh, worst
you
podcast.
Turn off that freaking phone.
Worst podcast
Shut the fuck up.
ever. Yeah. So,
No, because then I want to be able to have my ringer on tomorrow, and it'll end up not getting turned back on.
Fair enough.
And I think the people on podcast land can handle hearing
They can
a fucking
handle hearing that tone
ba-dong every
occasionally.
fucking once in a while.
Well, because the Misfits they're back to being remote. So the Misfits are back to being,
I can't wait till we're remote.
Zoom. They're zooming.
I like the Zooms.
You like the
I
Zoom?
hate the Zoom.
I didn't have to be near any of you motherfuckers.
I want to be outside.
I could sit out there in my garage.
Oh, we could do outside. I was thinking about doing outside tonight.
I could sit out there and smoke cigars and
All right.
bullshit. And
What about
light it on
J-Town?
fire.
I think we could. I mean, look, not for nothing,
That'd
but
be fine with me.
yeah, we're okay with outside. I have no
Sunday?
problem with that. So, just because we live in a weird world, I'm going to let you know that we have got some podcast viewers and listeners, and we've got some Patreon
happens quick,
people.
Steve.
I'm going to let you know if you send us messages, we may not read them until
on the
it's
bad
way
signal?
too late on the bad
Oh.
phone. So I think we should remind people the way it works. So if you sign up for Cleveland Moto on the Patreon thing, right, and you're at level 1, which is like $1 a month, you get very little. Right? You get very little. We're thrilled you exist. Thank
You're
you very
supporting.
much. You're supporting us.
That's
That's
like
great.
hiring John.
Like we say,
Oh, no.
we like to say you're identifying on the social register as a podcast listener, right? You're identifying.
Just trying to get ahead.
Right, just trying to get ahead. Right.
Just trying to get ahead.
Right. But at the higher levels, when you get into the higher levels, you will get access to our bat phone number. And the bat phone number is one of those things that when you have the party line, the party line access.
Call Rand.
Yeah, exactly. When you have the party line, you do get certain access. And that's one of those things that I would like to say. Occasionally, when I pick up my phone and the bat phone has been illuminated, the bat phone has been activated, I look at my phone and it's funny as shit. And sometimes it's at 5 o'clock in the morning because America is big and we have different time zones.
Oh, no.
And sometimes it's not. But anyway, so... here's one of our friends who says, hold on, guys. In podcast number 337, you said about to shift the Hunter Cub, the CT125, you said it's really hard to drop your heel to shift it. He says, hold on. It's the same as the Super Cub. Tilt the shifter a couple of teeth forwards on the shaft. It's easy to rock your foot and catch it with your heel.
This will be a segue to a tech tip, but go ahead.
Right. So he says that, and he says, basically, shut up, Phil. You're an idiot. Just fucking take the bolt out of the fucking thing, pull the shaft off, rotate it a couple of teeth, put it back on, and now your sissy fucking bullshit calves that, clearly you skipped leg day.
Is the Hunter Cub here? Yours?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's in the warehouse.
Because I'd like to take a look at it sometime.
Anyway, but he's like, just fucking move the goddamn, rotate the pedal on the shaft, and you can fix that shit. No questions asked, no money invested.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Right on. But then he comes back and he does say, and this is what's awesome, is he comes back 3 days later after listening to the podcast and says, AK guy, Chris Franklin.
Yeah, Chris.
Fits right in on the podcast. He needs a nickname. So Chris Franklin, our amazing, generous benefactor, who's the reason why 6/7 of this podcast sounds amazing.
No, we're using a good mic. Everybody has a good mic.
Right, everybody's got a good mic. Right, everybody's got a good mic right now. So everybody's got a good mic thanks to Chris Franklin. But apparently Chris Franklin needs a nickname. To be fair.
Oh,
To be fair, Chris Franklin needs a nickname, which is straight up. I mean, that's legit. Game on.
Yeah.
So well done.
I think he's got to cluck a couple more episodes, and then we'll see.
I think so too. I think
I'm pushing for, well, no, because it's too much like Robot. I was going to say Mr. Robot, because he's got, like, that whole IT.
Yeah, he's got an IT thing going on. And
Yeah.
I agree. That there's something to be said for that IT background.
He's the Matrix. What's the,
He's
Neo.
an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
He's Neo.
The Linux.
The Linux.
He might be. He might be Orpheus.
Yes, he is. He actually does run Linux.
He
too.
does, yeah.
Not Morpheus.
Orpheus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Orpheus might be the one.
It's sticking.
I like Orpheus.
Orpheus it is.
I like Orpheus.
Chris Franklin, congratulations.
Sorry,
Your
Chris.
new name is
Your new Delta Top High nickname is now Flounder. I mean Orpheus. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's fucking great.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
I'm a little jealous. I kind of like it.
Well, your new nickname should be the Diddler.
The Diddler.
You're always grabbing people.
So I went in today. I don't know if you guys know this, but I had a fucking root canal today.
Yeah, and you're talking surprisingly well.
We were all rooting for you.
Thank you. Yes, through all of my various different canals. So I got a root canal today. I've been having a bit of a problem. And anyway,
3 stars.
So I go in 3 stars, right? So I go into a root canal today, and I go in, and what people don't know is that Mrs. Meckelfresh is well known in the dental community in Cleveland.
Well, that's because she can take her teeth out, right?
No. You thought the Hummer was just a military vehicle. You were wrong, my friend. But anyway, so I go in, and so this guy Bob's digging around in my mouth.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah. So apparently
He
there's
molested me on a motorcycle ride one time.
what?
Yeah.
Did you have instruments in your mouth?
I had all of Bob's fists in my mouth. So I apparently yesterday I tried to eat Bob's hands. I tried to eat Bob, but just his hands first. I figured if I get his hands in, I could eat a whole Bob.
Right.
So, but anyway, I'm in there and he's like, and he's like having a conversation. You know, those conversations that people have with you when they shouldn't be having a conversation, like when they're checking your prostate.
Just one-sided.
It's like going to the movie theater. There's no conversation you can have on that date.
Look, you've been to strip clubs with me in Portland.
Yeah.
The only conversation I want to have is, shut up, get naked, scratch my back from the front naked. That's the conversation.
Do it.
Shut up, get naked, scratch my back from the front naked. Mm-hmm. It all makes sense. Trust me.
Work it out on your own time.
And if your name's Maggie, bonus points.
Boner points.
And if you let me build little paper airplanes and throw them at you like Godzilla,
Double boner points.
we're all there. Best night ever. I'm sorry, that was the best lunch ever.
You had me at steak dinner.
Yes, exactly. But there's a point to it.
Flogging Maggie.
Flogging Mally.
Maggie.
Flogging Maggie. Yes, perfect. That's a t-shirt. Flogging Maggie. So anyway, Maggie, if you're listening in Portland, you should find better things to do with your time than listen to this podcast. But so Bob knew, but you see, we all call John. Right.
Yeah.
But other people call John Opie. So, yes, I tend to have
It's so appropriate.
I tend to have. So what people don't know is, like, we know in our world, and Oscar and I in our world, we know
I've
that.
tried to shed that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me as you will fucking call me John.
I'm going in tomorrow and changing your label.
Okay, so in the world, right? So in the world, Oscar and I refer to a certain friend of ours as Jeff, right? So Oscar and I refer to a certain friend of ours as Jeff. We refer to John as John, right? But there are other worlds where John is called Opie.
Yes.
That's so true.
The vast majority of a lot of my friends know me as Opie.
Opie.
That is my secret nickname.
So this guy...
I've held it from you for a long time.
So this guy's up to his elbows in my fucking fifth point of contact. So this dude is straight up in my orifice, and he's like putting shit in my mouth.
He'd put anything he wanted in your mouth, too.
Oh, and straight up, and I was like, well, you know, I said somehow it came up. I was like, so Peggy, but so the thing is, in Cleveland, if you say Peggy, in the world of dentistry, John's wife is very well respected. So John's wife is very well respected.
Yeah, she's been out there for about 15 years.
Everybody loves Peggy, and that's great. So as soon as I said Peggy, he was like, you know Opie? And I went, kinda. And he went, oh yeah, I love Peggy and Opie. Oh, they're great.
You're like, I know him in a biblical way.
And I just, dude, when you're in that position,
Kind of does.
dude, when you're in that position, you just let it ride.
Yeah, right.
You just let it ride.
You know, I go over there and take my shirt off, and he runs me down with oil.
It's not gay though.
So
Not gay.
Bob, tell me about Opie. Bob, tell me about Opie. So anyway, tell me about Opie. So it was hilarious, but it is a very small world when you're sitting there and some other man has his hands in your body. Like straight up, this dude had 9 fingers in my body at one time. And he's like prodding around inside my body with his 9 fingers.
The weird part is he's missing 2 fingers, so that
So where's that other one?
He's got extra digits.
His husband is Sergio.
Oh, dude.
That was a tongue depressor.
Look. This whole thing goes on.
That's what I call it.
This whole thing goes on for so long.
But I like Bob. He does a great cleaning
Bob's
and everything.
legit. Like Bob's legit. So
I love having Bob in my mouth.
Bingo! That's exactly. Thank you, John. Having Bob in my mouth was one of the best experiences I've had this year because it turns out Bob is a pro. Bob knows what to do when he's in your mouth. When Bob's in your mouth, you're being taken care of. Yeah, and that was like, it was hilarious.
Bob's in your mouth. Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Yeah.
Bob was in my mouth, and I appreciate it. And it was just so funny. And then today when I went to have the root canal done, so I had the root canal done. It was another time I was like, yeah, whatever. So we're bullshitting before the root canal. And I was like, oh, yeah, Peggy and the whole deal. Oh, well, Peggy. And everybody loves John's wife. John's wife.
Exactly. Everybody loves John's
in the
wife.
drilling and filling community, everybody loves John's wife. If it needs drilled or it needs filled, they love John's wife. Seriously. Today, I went in and I was a celebrity. I had celebrity status at a root canal.
It's like best of show.
It was.
I think my wife likes to talk, and you can talk to her about anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's where like people are just like, oh, Peggy, oh yeah, and so she does really well on that.
John, I'm going to say that in the time we've known each other, which is way too long, your wife, your daughter, everything in the Meckle Fresh community is dialed the fuck in. It's so good. But today I got to be the benefactor of that or the beneficiary of that, because when you have got somebody drilling through a fucking bridge to give you a root canal, everybody made sure to give me the deluxe treatment. I got straight up like, oh, you're John and Peggy's friend. Or you're Opie and Peggy's friend. And I got legit celebrity treatment. Like I could have been George Clooney and got worse treatment than I got today.
They know that you could come back and talk to Peggy and she could be like, well, let me see what they did. And
bingo.
And oh my God, they got an overhang here and you got this and that and everything.
What a butcher.
I know you hate Foley and everything and like the things.
Oh yeah.
But I think whenever John walks in, we need the
that would make me so fucking happy.
That's horrible.
John, where'd you get that quarter from? Mr. McBeavy?
That's terrifying.
Do you ever call your wife Aunt B?
No.
So
he only has one bullet.
I have
remember that ridiculous, horrible CB450 I showed you guys last week and asked you what it was worth, and I think the consensus was it was better than getting a tetanus shot. Right. Or
I mean, with a title, and he's asking. If he was asking 500, somebody would scoop it up.
Right. It's totally fair. So anyway, he said, you know what? He goes. He agrees with John. He agrees with you completely. He's like, do some corrosion cleanup. He says with vinegar.
I don't use vinegar. Mine is triple aught steel wool and chrome polish, and you can make it look beautiful.
I agree. So triple aught steel wool or brass wool if you can get it, and you use any over-the-counter chrome polish, and you go after it, it's gonna look spectacular.
There's the Blue Magic is what I used to.
Blue Magic is amazing too.
I'm gonna have to try that on the KE100. The back
and it won't leave scratches. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful.
Right,
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. That's why
a lot of elbow on the taking it off. You know what I mean? Get all the rust off and everything, and then while it's still wet, wipe it off. You want to keep it wet when you wipe it off.
And here at the shop, we have a product called Colonel Brassy.
Oh yeah,
and Colonel
That's
Brassy
supposed to be the jam.
Colonel Brassy is this weird shit. So like, if you can't get Colonel Brassy,
whatever you have isn't as good as what I do. Just so you know.
Easy-opie.
If you can't,
Andy says Colonel Brassy is better.
If you can't get Colonel Brassy, call me and we will sell you some. So it's like Colonel Brassy is this weird product that's only distributed to people by gypsies.
Well, what's the one that's in the silver can? The Neverdall.
Neverdall or Brasso?
I've never been a fan of.
Never been a big fan myself.
Oh, but Colonel Brassy, like if you go on YouTube, because I'm trying to redo this rear rim of the K100.
The Colonel Brassy probably makes sense because, as Phil said, with the brass, if you're going to clean like with a wire wheel on a wheel or something, use a brass wheel.
Right.
Because you're putting brass into the corrosion, not more rust.
Right.
And the brass isn't going to corrode. Right. So using brass, or if you can get brass pads or a brass wheel, it is probably a better option.
Brass wool is very cheap. So you can buy brass wool just like you can buy 0.0, 4/0, and 5/0 steel wool. You can buy brass wool. And so the crazy thing about brass wool is in pitting.
You won't have to spend your brass off.
Right. Yeah. When you're working with chrome, brass won't scratch chrome. Right. So the trick with that is...
Well, really, almost nothing will scratch chrome, to be honest. Right. I mean, like...
Other than the shit that made the chrome pitted in the first place. And that's what I have a problem with. Is so when you get into iron oxides, and you get anything that's a steel-based oxide, which is, of course...
Sandpaper.
The byproduct of, what happens when corrosion happens to iron metal. That will scratch.
Although a lot of sandpaper is aluminum oxide.
Exactly. Aluminum oxide.
Even harder.
Which is harder. Exactly.
It's corundum.
Listen to you guys.
What about stainless steel wool?
So do you know why stainless steel wool exists? It's the cooking industry. Mm-hmm. So it's because of kitchens. So because of professional kitchens and being able to have 90% of your kitchen staff working on stuff all the time, that your cooking surfaces and everything else are going to be stainless. And so they did stainless steel wool for the kitchen, like literally for Navy ships, because Brasso wouldn't get the job done. So Brasso wasn't hard enough or harsh enough to attack the type of things that they had to clean up on a submarine or a boat or things like that. So stainless steel wool is an excellent product if you're using it on stainless steel. If you're using it on a mild steel product or you're using it on mild steel that's chrome plated, be careful.
Stainless steel Brillo pad on a stainless steel pan.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Guaranteed.
Go ahead, fry your eggs in there. Let it get it all fucked up.
Yep.
The Brillo pad will take care of it.
It'll take it all away. But if you use
vice
that...
versa, never use steel wool on stainless steel.
Absolutely.
Because it will impregnate rust.
Yep. It'll ruin your stainless steel.
What about those magic erasers?
Holy shit. Okay.
Those things seem to work really well on all the pans that I have now. So
magic erasers, if you see a picture of a bald white man on the top of any marketing product, safe to say it's going to work very well. The magic erasers, if you've got windshield in your car, whatever, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of cleaning product, magic eraser, go to town, that shit works. Magic eraser also works great for any like little tiny fine shit. Cleaning up aluminum rims, magic erasers work great for. They're fucking awesome. And you mix them with anything that's got a little tiny bit of a pumice in it or something real soft, it works really, really well. The secret to Colonel Brassy is that Colonel Brassy is legit super mega fine pumice like you put in Gojo hand cleaner, but way, way thinner.
And let's be
finer.
honest, he's a fucking colonel.
I couldn't believe...
He's a colonel. Yeah.
I couldn't believe, like, there's videos.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, because, like, right now I'm fighting this. The front rim came out pretty good. The back rim on the K100 seems to have some spots where it ate through everything.
Right.
And so I'm trying. But, like, I've watched these videos where, like, you're looking at this chrome fender that looks like it's fucked. Like, it's, like, just fucking rusted. And he had the Colonel, that bottle right there, the Colonel Brassy.
I mean, I've done amazing things with even, like, the exhaust headers. Yeah. If you jerk them off enough, I mean, because what you have to realize is that the rust is coming from a tiny hole in the chrome.
Right.
And it blooms out over top of the chrome. But if you get all that rust scraped off of the top of the chrome, you generally just have little tiny little pits, and you can make it look really nice. And you can literally polish that little, if the chrome is completely missing, you can still polish that metal.
Right. And then
chrome is only as shiny as the metal was before it was chrome plated.
That's
right.
So before they chrome plate something, usually it's got a coating of copper and then a coating of nickel.
Yeah.
And they polish that to a fine polish, and then they put the chrome on. Chrome is actually clear.
Right.
It's a hard coat clear.
So here's the deal. This is Colonel Brassy. This is give or take $16 to $20 a bottle, depending on where you're from.
Designed in 1964.
This has an actual legitimate Kentucky kernel, like a straight up Song of the South.
Like KFC.
Is it going to get canceled though?
He's got a sword. He's got a cavalry saber. He's ready for canceling at any moment.
Does it come in extra crispy?
But I'm going to pass it around to you because you'll feel, if you squeeze this bottle, you'll feel that the top is just water and the bottom is just sand. Okay?
Oh, you got to
So
do the shake.
you got to shake this shit for 20 minutes. And they say that it's safe on plastic and Lexan and No.
I haven't.
Don't use that shit on plastic or Lexan or plexiglass at all. It'll make it hazy. But for chrome or steel or brass or whatever you got, you shake that shit up. It is the finest pumice. It is softer than toothpaste.
I have a question. I have a question for the group.
Yeah.
So on this KU100 that I'm redoing,
there's almost no smell.
the plastic.
It's water and sheetrock.
Yeah.
So I'm convinced that
Gypsum?
what's in that can is gypsum and water.
So
What's in that bottle?
on this bike that I got, the
Yeah.
plastic is unobtainium. You cannot
Oh, yeah, you
get
can't
the
get-
front
yeah,
fender
right.
or the
Doesn't
rear
exist,
duckbill
yeah.
at all.
Right. It's gone.
And mine are not cracked. They're in
Yeah.
good shape,
Right.
but they're faded and whatever.
Yeah.
Do you
You can
think?
torch them.
Do you think so? Like, if I sanded it down from start at like 1,000, go to 2,000, 3,000, polish it.
Right.
Does that work?
Is that a painted piece?
Well, that's the
colored
thing.
piece?
Right now, it's a colored plastic piece.
So
Okay.
buy
But I
buy a
could-
headlight kit.
I could
Yeah.
paint it though, and I could use adhesion promoter.
Don't
'cause
do
it's a
that.
stiffer plastic.
Nope, I disagree.
Okay.
So what I would say, John's on the right track. So step one is get out your girlfriend's blow dryer
Yep.
and get out your girlfriend's blow dryer and approach it gently. So if anything is cast in color, so any type of plastic in the world that's
Yeah,
cast
don't
in
break it
color.
out. Hit it with heat.
Clean it really good first, though. You don't want to melt any dirt or anything back
Exactly.
into it. But
So we've had a lot of success with items that were cast in color, just applying heat to it. So, KLR 650, DR 350, DR 650, a lot of plastic on those bikes that's cast in color. The 80s and the 90s were famous for that shit. So anything that's cast in color, just hit it with a blow dryer, creep up on it, right? Just like anal sex. Don't go in a hurry. Take it easy. Creep up on it, and when you creep up on it, your reward is going to be that it'll bring the color back. And I do that with my vintage Japanese cars. You go to my vintage Japanese car, that shit is fucking ashy inside. Like ashy, straight up like Narland's ashy. And you get up in there with a heat gun or the heat gun's too aggressive. You get like a 750, 1100 watt blow dryer and just creep up on it.
I have from when I used to do RC airplanes. I have a shrinker.
Yeah, shrink wrap.
So it's about 350, 400
Yeah.
degrees, but nothing more.
Yeah. So the idea with all these things is you just come at them super soft. And if you come at them super soft, a lot of times they'll get your color back. And they'll come back and they'll stay back for a long time.
Now, what about I have an orbital polisher that I use for buffing clear when I paint.
Yeah.
Do you think that would buff plastic?
Only if the plastic has some other surface on top of it, like a clear.
I mean, you can use that to try to burn off oxidation. I mean, ultimately, what you're dealing with is oxidized plastic.
Yep.
So if you want to try to take off some of the oxidized plastic with the buffer or something, that's great. See what it looks like. If it doesn't come out perfect, then try burning it.
Yeah.
It might be a great idea to try to just clean it off really good with a buffer, and then give it a final burn coat.
I'm almost thinking about making.
I mean,
molds.
it's just like with when you're melting glass. Did you ever in science class have to, take test tubes and stuff and melt them together and stuff?
Pipettes.
So you're going to fire polish it.
Also, try doing it on the inside to see what the reaction of the plastic.
yeah.
So you're
Good
not
idea.
doing the outside and then.
That's a hero.
But I was thinking
Or go find a set of NOS on
it
eBay.
doesn't exist. No, they don't exist.
Oh no, they exist. You just are not willing to.
You're
put
not willing to
money.
pay
No. I've searched. At this point, I'm so invested in this stupid little bike. I would have spent $300.
Yeah,
on
you're
fucking
upside down on this thing. Check your fucking head, okay? It's a KU100. It's a cool little bike, no doubt.
I'm
but
not upside down on it right now. Not yet.
Calm the
yet.
fuck down. Calm the fuck down. You need to calm the fuck down.
I like it.
You
It's
don't
not
have
at
a
the
title.
moment.
It's
The
not going on the
seat is
street.
The most comfortable.
It's,
seat.
You
at
want to buy a
best,
CS5?
at best, it's going to be at the compound in fucking Moto in Mid-Ohio. So fucking calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Needs to calm the fuck
So
down.
Oh, I might get an XR80 for the compound. I got a dude willing to sell me one really cheap, and it's fucking mint. A
Back the fuck off.
1984 XR80. It's gonna be
Don't you
perfect for
fucking
the
touch
compound.
me.
So wait, are you talking about the SP?
No.
Oh, the other one.
You need to get all the SPs now. There's an SP 200, a 125.
Yep.
I know.
That's
I mean,
true.
shit.
Did you know that my
Collect
SP
all the
was the
SPs.
only SP at Mid-Ohio?
You back the fuck.
No.
There was no other SP.
You
there.
fucking kidding me?
I rode around for 4 fucking days. I didn't see one goddamn SP, no parts, no anything. That thing was just...
There is everything.
SP 250s are not prolific though.
No, that's true. That's true. That is true.
Oh, and the guy that sold you that SP, not the SP, the other bike.
Yeah.
Classy dude, right?
Oh, yeah, that guy was awesome. he was a piece of work.
Oh yeah.
Who dat?
I don't know. The guy's son was a meth head.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The meth head went out to get the spark plug to make sure that the bike was going to work. They totally did not know if the bike was going to run or not. So I told him I'd only pay him. I told him I'd only pay him if the thing worked.
Right,
And
which makes sense, yeah.
I gave him
WWF
5
rules.
minutes to do it, right?
Right.
So this fucking meth head kid went and ran and was going out to get fucking spark plugs and shit. Meanwhile, me and Oscar's on the back of the SP, and we're trying to find this because now I've had 9 cocktails and I can't find where the bike is anymore. So we're driving through the swap shop. Meanwhile, they saw us, so they see us driving around and they're waving, but we don't see them.
You don't see them, yeah.
So when we finally get there, the kid's like, I got the spark plug. And now there's 25 people standing around to see if they're going to sell this fucking bike or not. So he plugs it in, one kick, the fucker's like, so I'm like, sweet, I'm going to get on my new bike. No, Oscar jumps off and takes off on my new bike and fucking rides away and leaves me to pay the guy. I was like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, he was pecking heat.
He was.
For no fucking reason.
Oh, there was guns
in the front
everywhere.
of his fucking shorts.
There was guns all over the place. Yeah.
In the front, wait a second. He had a gun
Yeah.
in the front of his shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're wearing shorts, don't carry a gun.
Well, he was also on meth. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
help
yeah,
either. So.
Look, man, I'm
In Ohio.
I am a firearms enthusiast of the first order.
Yeah.
Anybody in this room knows I like me some guns. I love guns. Guns are great. I enjoy guns. I enjoy the shit out of some guns. And I am one of those crazy, weird liberal people who just loves all kinds of crazy liberal stuff, but also loves guns.
Yeah, me too.
But here's the rule. If you're wearing flip-flops,
No gun.
no gun.
Yeah.
If you're wearing shorts, if you're wearing like combat BDU shorts like I wear all the time,
Jean shorts down to your ankles.
yeah, maybe you could sneak a gun in there somewhere. Maybe a middle of the back, like center of the back carry or something. You could do that.
Can I give you a
But if you're wearing exercise shorts,
No.
no gun. No gun.
Here's another tip
Yeah.
about guns.
Yeah.
So me and my wife.
If I can see your gun, you failed.
Yeah, right.
Because concealed
It's not
carry.
concealed very
my
well.
favorite thing about concealed carry is what, John?
Concealed.
Thank you. Right.
So how about
He was
this?
not concealing anything.
No.
So I've been looking at houses, like trying
Yeah.
to.
I feel the same way about guns that I feel about tumors.
Yeah, you don't want to see them. You don't want to know about it.
You might have one. I don't want to see it.
Yep.
Well, how about this? If you're selling your house
Yeah.
and you're having 12 showings at your house, and there's all these people coming to look at your house, it might be a good idea to put
To hide your vibrator?
The 212 guns that you have in your house.
Yeah.
Put them away. I was looking through this house.
Were they wall displays?
No. These were all loaded and ready to murder people, and it was behind every door, behind the bed. Like I'm sitting there going through.
That's just what I call a gun store.
Yeah.
Like, that's a gun store.
Yeah, like-
that means that if the shit goes down and I don't have any guns, I can go there and I'll have guns.
Right.
Right.
It was everywhere. Like there was an AR-15 laying
Right.
in the laundry chute. There were shotguns behind doors. There were what do you call the
Lever action.
Lever action.
Yeah.
Behind
Cowboy
this
gun.
door.
Yeah. Right.
I opened. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I opened the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And there was a fucking pistol in the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator.
This dude was armed, man. There was
I'm gonna
fucking-
say that those were
And
party
you did
favors.
not make them all go off.
No,
what is
I
wrong
didn't
with
touch
you?
any
I
of
mean,
them.
I'm gonna say.
I think
honestly,
those were party favors, though. I mean, like,
Here's the rule: if I come to a party at your house and you've got guns laid out shit where they shouldn't be,
Yeah.
those are souvenirs.
That house,
They're gonna go off.
who's that house
I'm taking
south of Oberlin?
did you hear something? I didn't
It was
hear anything.
north. It was on
anything, yeah.
Baumhart Road
Yeah.
north,
Yeah.
on the way toward, after the freeway and kind of to the left.
Everybody knows there's always that picture of the one guy like in a Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors, or ordering his triple scoop or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's got like 2 guns in forward carry. He's got 2 guns in center of the back carry. He's got two guns on drop carry on his fucking thighs and shit. And he's got an AK or an AR slinged over his shoulder.
Yeah. His concealed carry.
Do you know what I call that guy? A gun store.
Yeah, right.
Because all I got to do is him. Like, my whole mission for the day is him.
Yeah.
And then I'm set.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to own guns.
Well, I don't know if anybody's got the whole CCW down yet or whatever, but there's been some talk about having a CCW class.
Yeah.
Steve was talking about it, and we might get something together.
We should.
For anybody who wants to.
I've seen signs all over the place.
Like John and I have done CCW a couple of times, and I've done CCW
because
I've
never actually got my CCW. I've taken classes, but then I never actually go get it.
Yeah, I've gotten mine. I've taken the class a few times. I think that, to me personally, I feel like CCW class is a lot like the Motorcycle Safety Foundation. About every 5 years, you should just go to be reminded about some of the rules. Like, it's a good idea every 4 or 5 years to just get reminded of some of the rules. Sure. Because if you're going to have the thing in your wallet that says you're allowed to carry a gun around, on that odd occasion when you are carrying a gun around, you should kind of understand the responsibilities to go along with it.
Sure.
And, if I'm ever carrying a gun, nobody's going to know about it.
Right.
It's the magic of not knowing that makes it valuable. Like, the secret of the whole thing about, like, concealed carry.
In the world of guns,
constitutionally speaking,
there are so many guns.
Right.
Of every different shape and size.
The magic of guns is that
you can keister a gun. You can fucking
your prison wallet, man.
So many guns. Any
put
kind
it into
of
your
gun.
lady pocket and say nothing
about it. You've got
it.
the belt buckle gun. You've got the fucking up the sleeve gun, down the ankle gun, the fucking whatever.
And meanwhile, look.
Between the titties gun, the bra
world's
gun.
greatest gun in the world is the gun that's never fired, ever, is the best gun
The only
ever.
fight you win is the one you don't have.
That's my whole fucking policy about life right there, is you win 100% of the fights you don't engage in. I've won a lot of fights. All right. So Brandon, do you guys remember Brandon? Brandon Foe, he said his last name is not spelled the same as the delicious noodle soup.
Oh, yeah, I do remember
that.
Yeah,
He says it's not pronounced the same. He says it's pronounced like foe, like how like a rapper or Southern people would say the number 4.
What's his foe?
Exactly. So he says, he goes, interesting fact, the noodle soup dish pho is pronounced as a product of Vietnam, being a French colony. It is a hybrid of sorts between French onion soup and traditional Chinese noodle soup. Thanks to old white guys going places they shouldn't have, we now have delicious noodle soup.
It is delicious.
Old white guys going to places they shouldn't have. That is the story of my life. Anyway, here we go. So remember that Brandon had talked about his V-Strom. So Brandon had a 17 V-Strom that he purchased with 400 goddamn miles on it. So he bought a bike in 2020 that was 3 years old that only had 400 miles on it. And he loved it. He absolutely fucking thinks this bike is solid. And he did 6,000 miles on a Dr. Z400, a DRZ 400 prior to that. So yay, good for him. So
Still on my list of bikes to own.
Right on. I totally agree.
I know there's a very good deal on one.
So he puts on Shinko 804, 805 big blocks, T-Rex crash bars, pannier racks, off-road handguards, all the fetish shit. Like everything you need to go cruise for children at Starbucks. Like he's got everything you need, right? So, but he's like, okay, on the way home after he does all this shit, he's like, the bike's a little vibey. I don't get it. So he's like, okay, I figure the big block tires, too much, whatever. So he's at 6,000 miles on this V-Strom, and he's like, I don't know, man. This is what I'm getting. It's a lot of handlebar shit. It happens in 6th gear between 62 and 68 miles per hour. If I'm above or below that speed, it goes away.
That's the tires, dude.
And I've read sometimes crash bars act as tuning forks. I was wondering if you guys have any suggestions to remedy this. With the handguards on, I had to remove the bar weight ends because, if you put bark busters on, you got to kind of take the bar ends off, right? I've read about people filling the handlebars with BBs to act as a dampener.
Lead weights, not BBs.
Well, they make bar snakes and stuff that are basically like liquid, they're like, what do they call those, nerds ropes? Yeah. Like you get a nerds rope, it's like a Twizzler with nerds on the outside. Yeah, same thing. But I'm weary about trusting what people on the internet have done. He said, I've chalked the vibration issue up to harmonics.
Fill your bar full of mercury.
Liquid mercury. Sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
Here's what he hasn't told us.
Scott, you love me.
How long has he had those tires on the bike?
Okay, they were brand new.
Well, are they brand new now or
no? Because he did put a ton of miles on it.
Right. Because so any kind of knobbies like that,
right.
as what was on my SP even. When I changed the front tire because the same thing. I was having these crazy vibrations, and it's because there was enough miles on the knobs that they wore in a weird way.
They were edged.
They were edged.
And
they caused crazy amounts of vibration.
So here he says. So he follows up.
That's called traction.
So Brandon Foe on the flow.
Yeah.
Brandon Foe writes, "I've chalked the vibration issue to harmonics," which we talked about harmonics, and Steve brought up how harmonics is just endemic in a vehicle. So that harmonics are going to exist in a vehicle as long as you have the motor hooked to the transmission. There's all kinds of masses moving around in circles. So Brandon writes, "I've chalked the vibration issue up to harmonics. I've actually took sewer guy's advice and I went on a slight downhill on a road in Mexico at 70 miles per hour and I cut the engine. And the vibration was no longer present."
Oh.
Huh. Yeah.
You even got to look at your helmet and your visor and stuff like that, because the difference between riding with no helmet and no visor or putting your helmet up or whatever. Case. I mean, like the engine noise, depending on how your helmet is set up, can be phenomenal. And it's like, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Even like experiment, that tells them that it's in the drivetrain.
Exactly. And that's exactly right. So he says, "I was on a slight downhill on a road in Mexico at 70 miles per hour. I cut the engine and the vibration was not present when I started slowing down as the engine decelerated, cut off from the rest of the motorcycle. I have a month off during work in September. I'll be riding the Mid-Atlantic back roads discovery route. I would also like to drop by the podcast." Game on, dude. Bring it on. Can I get some details on day and time?
Plantation rum.
Fuck yeah.
Brown liquor is now rum.
Okay. Can I get some details on day and time you guys record so I can plan it out? Also, you guys still doing the bat signal phone. Still haven't gotten that number. Okay. So, first of all, I've addressed this issue. I've sent him the number. So, he's got the number for the bat signal phone, or the party line, as we call it. So the bat phone, he's got the number now. If you are a Patreon at a certain level, we're going to give you the number for the bat phone, and you can, like Brandon, you can send us your shit. Now, regarding about our podcast, we record Thursday nights. We start at give or take 7 o'clock at night. We go until give or take midnight, okay? We do this every week, pretty much on the reg.
Except for last week.
We do miss one occasionally, every once in a while. So just so you understand that the podcast that we do, when we run this, it's Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. So if people that have the bat phone number want to chime in and they want to be a part of it, it's Thursday evenings Eastern Standard Time.
And we try to post them, which today should have gone up, but it didn't.
It did.
So I have to find out
we
why.
tried, yeah.
But anyways, so when you hear it, when it's posted, usually on Thursdays, it's just exactly 1 week off.
It's exactly 1 week off the schedule.
Right.
That's exactly right. Unlike Liza's podcast and everything, which are the nearest thing to live as you can possibly get, because they record Sunday afternoon and they post like Monday morning super early in the AM. Right. We literally we want to make sure that your podcasts are barrel aged. We want to make sure.
We can make them sooner. If people want them sooner, I can do it.
Don't
sooner.
do it. Don't.
Yeah, and we added all the foul stuff. So this is the stuff that you listen to is a tamed, like super clean PG version. So imagine what really happens.
Is 9.5 hours. We have to pare it down.
Yeah.
Oscar, thank you, Oscar, for bringing that up. That people don't realize when they listen to this podcast that we record for 7 hours.
Right.
And that
we pare it down.
That Sleepy goes home, and he generally is putting himself in a bad position with his with his boss, because he's got to work on about 19 hours of editing. Right. And I get all these email offers from editing companies that want to edit our podcast for money and make it cogent and tangible.
They don't know what's good.
They don't know what's good. They don't know.
They don't know the secret sauce, man.
No, the secret sauce is literally it's 2 in the front and 5 in the back.
Plus how many times, Phil, have you called and said, like, oh, dude, I just realized you can't air that one section?
Well,
that happens a lot. So.
Okay. Now, here's what we can say as podcast participants.
Right. Half of what you're hearing now has been cut out.
Or redubbed. John, we need you to come in and do some overdubs.
Look, we have a whole group of people from Bratislava who come in and Foley and re-edit this podcast.
That's what I really like how we all of us have a doppelganger that actually, when we can't do it, they can do the
stunt double
cover for us. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that too. I think it's a pretty good job. I don't think there's people who listen on the reg. They might pick it up. They might pick up the breaks. They might pick up
slight difference.
There might be a little bit of a delay. They don't realize.
I like Phil 3. Phil 2 sucks, but Phil 3 is pretty fun.
Phil 2 is not good, but when we can get Phil 3.0, Phil 3.0 is legit. That's pretty good. I like that.
Skinny Johnny Mac is a fucking dick, though.
Okay, fuck Skinny Johnny Mac. Yeah.
There's no Skinny Johnny Mac. There's never been a Skinny Johnny Mac.
No. That dude is he's Uzbekistanian.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. Not good.
There was a Skinny Johnny Mac back in 2009, probably.
That's what I was.
You've never met Skinny Johnny Mac.
You know what I like though is White Oscar. White Oscar is fucking great.
Oh wow! Yeah. He sucks ass. Wait, that's the same guy. I'm a coconuts. Oh,
worst Mexican ever.
Oh shit.
Worst Mexican ever.
Coke.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Cannot.
Okay, so for the record, just letting you know. So
what's the difference between a coconut and a coconook?
A coconut?
There's got to be a punchline there somewhere.
I was going to say, right. Yeah. I know a lot of Canucks. And but wait, my buddy Ian is a legit coconut because he was born in Jamaica. So he's a Canadian person who was actually born in Jamaica. So he is a coconut.
A coconut.
He's a coconut. Yeah. So Ian will listen to this podcast and Ian will get the
Sometimes you
joke.
feel like a nut.
And I love you, Reverend. Look, hey, this dude already had a good Cleveland Moto name. His name is Reverend Snowback.
Nice.
Yeah, that's legit.
a good one.
Reverend Snowback is.
I still like Orifice.
Orpheus? I think Chris Franklin is Orpheus.
Yeah, I think he is.
Red pill or blue pill?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's Orpheus. I like Orpheus.
I do too.
I think that's a goddamn good name.
I think it works.
Chris, you're back on next week. Show up.
He needs his official jacket.
An Orpheus jacket?
Oh, he already has his official jacket.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Shit,
Dude,
yeah.
he shows up in that Marvel.
Yeah.
Right on.
He has an official jacket.
That's so cool. I love that shit. God, man. This is the best bad podcast ever.
Dude, that happened organically.
That
dude.
did.
That
We
was
didn't plan that.
just-
That wasn't in the show notes. Hey, by the way, I'd like to let the folks know at home, if you are thinking about doing your own podcast, I'd like to know that this podcast tonight went on for 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Yeah, Brown there.
Sheesh.
What are we at?
Yeah, well, I mean, it says 3, but we started earlier.
Okay.
So we're about
you're right.
250.
I'm on overtime, man.
Anyway, we did not have a single note tonight.
Time and a
So
half.
there were no notes tonight. That was it. It's just all about ride fast and take chances.
Ba, 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 ba,